got the hiccups. Y'all, I got the hiccups. Oh my god. I almost threw things. My hiccups are so bad. I have to chug some water. Some water. Oh lord. Oh lord. I got the hiccups. Okay. Whoopsies. Bonk. Damn. Hope y'all can't see me right now.
Tripper.
a sec. I'm gonna use this. Yeah. I'm gonna get the water nice and cold. Oh.
Welcome to Monster Sports and Entertainment. Enjoy the show.
Hello everybody, welcome. Yo, like, no cap, I gotta pee so bad. Like, I know that's TMI, but like, most of you that I know that come to this channel also go to Amy's channel. So I mean, like, that's not even the worst thing that you probably ever heard. But I gotta pee, so like, I'll be right back. My bladder has been emptied and I am ready for hockey. Hi. If anybody is this like your first time here, that was like a very aggressive opening. That was an extremely aggressive opening. My bladder's emptied and I'm ready for some hockey. But I didn't lie though. I am ready for some. My thighs just collapsed when I sat down. We love that. Hey everybody. What's up? What's going on? I can't see the chat, by the way. It might help. There's like a little bit. This next song's gonna replay. Or next song's gonna play. So I'm just like turn it down a little bit. What's going on? Lulu Bell! What's going on, Lulu? How you doing? Hey, what's going on, Lucia? How you doing? At work, but I'm gonna show you. Thank you so much, Lucia. Lulu, I only can stay for a few, but I wanted to drop by and show some love while I'm on break. For sure, Lulu. Appreciate you. Hey, what's going on, Uncle Rob? Boo Boston Islanders, I guess I'll root for New York. dislike both these teams. Boston's not a state, is it? Is Boston a state? No, it's not. New York. Boston, Massachusetts is a state. Massachusetts is a state. Boston is a city. I don't know. I don't know American geography. I'm Canadian. I need to. City of Massachusetts. Yep, that place. Cool, cool. As y'all can tell, English is my friend. Not really, I can't speak. I got a McFlurry here too. It was in the freezer though. Oh! Just popped right out, give me a damn heart attack. I don't know if my mouth can open that wide. Of course we get like, I just saw the spike of how many people are watching go up like this. Of course, as soon as I'm doing the weird shit, everybody goes in. Hi, Chipper! Game will be getting started shortly here. This is my cat. Her name is Tripper. She is 16 years old. She is very old. I have to get this little thing off you. I don't know what this little thing is. You have a little tuft of hair here that I've been trying to get off for months now. And then every single time I take it off, the little tuft of hair comes back. She's like, please stop.
In the third period, they're going to try and find open ice, and that's the key to this. So they're going to go low to high, back to Pasternak. Watch Bergeron. He recognizes right in the slot, right in front of the goaltender, there's 3 Islanders. So he has to escape all the coverage. Now there's 4, so he gets well out, and from long range, he beats Varlamov. Now it's 3-2. With 5 minutes to go, Marchand back to the point. And what is McAvoy going to try and do? Get Pajot to come towards him. There goes Marchand back to the blue line. And a terrific wrister. All of a sudden, the game is tied. So that's what that perfection line does. They find openings, and they're hard to cover.
Kelly, if there's one concern I have for the Bruins tonight, it was the way that Tuukka Rask looked in game number 2. And I'm not talking about the saves he made, but some of the ways he was getting up off the ice after making saves. And it was a little slower than normal. And I double-checked this with Kelly when we were preparing for the show tonight. It looked a little bit off to me, and he agreed.
You have ice cream
it's
on
the
your
toughest
paw
position,
now.
no question, physically
No.
and emotionally.
No.
Especially this
No,
one.
put your
Just-
paw down.
You can
No.
see he's not right. And it's not like you have a lot of time to get healthy at this time of year if you're a skater, never mind a goaltender.
No.
Something to watch for the Bruins tonight.
No.
Tortoni will also, Elliott
You
will be
did
all
it
over.
again, David, or Elliott with the nailing the goaltender. I love it.
Yeah, and he'll be all over the Mark Scheifele news if that breaks tonight as well. Coming up, though, it's Game 3, Islanders and Bruins. John Bartlett.
Coming up after the commercial, hopefully puck drop. Tripper, you are nuts. Can I please just have... Wow, this is melting quick. What? What? That was so cold. No. No. Well, no, for a second. Okay. Massachusetts. Nope. Not like a scooter board. Massachusetts. Nope. Oh, there's nothing left. I need the whole can up. No. No, you're gonna get sick. No. You can't even have chocolate. Hun, you can't have chocolate. Like, cause you're a cat. So you can't have, don't paw at me. You're making me feel bad. No, you need to calm yourself, bud. You act, whoopsies. You act like a dog, bud. No. You can't have chocolate, bud. Chocolate is not good for you. My fingers are all sticky now. I got ice cream all over them. Hi. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Go that way. Matt's a something. Yeah.
Islanders, where the home team will be looking for a big boost from the 12,000 expected here tonight in the Coliseum, and you know they're fired up and ready to rock the ball.
They're M&M's.
First June game in Islanders.
And it's an Oreo McFlurry.
82 and 10 career road starts against the New York Islanders in the regular season and the playoffs. He's between the pipes tonight. Semyon Varlamov, 6-1-1 at home since the 2017-18 regular season and playoffs, and he's won 4 straight against the Bruins. Casey Zizekas was the hero, scoring the overtime winner in Game 2. His line, the identity line, does not start the game tonight for Barry Trotz. It's the Pajot line out against the Bergeron line. Kelly Sutherland, Brian Puckmar, the referees, Ryan Gibbons, Doug Shuchik, the linesmen. We're underway here in Game 3 at Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Grizzly up through center, pass ahead, brought in by Pasternak, and that gets cleared back out. And now it is turned back, and Brad Marchand will carry it in for the Bruins. Marchand feeds it across, trying to sneak in up through the middle was Riley. He'll drop it back, but it's turned over and brought out by Travis Sajak, who will work at the center as Carlos got it back in his own end. Riley starts out for Boston. He'll hand it off for Taylor Hall, got by Barzell, threw it back in the middle. Komarov was there to break it up, and Barzell will get it back out. David Krejci hands it off for Carlo. Goes up through center, it's tipped in. Varlamov will leave it at the side of the net for Mayfield, who will reverse it around before Hall can get to it. Now it's Craig Smith. Got it back to the point. Smith back in the lineup for Boston. Here's Hall. Back of the net, checked by Mayfield, and on it is Komarov, and he'll get it out. Jordan Everly will help it the rest of the way down the ice as Rask is out of the net. Moves it off into the corner, Charlie McAvoy is on it. And here comes McAvoy. Hands it off, brought in over the line. Lazar with a shot, and that one's out of play.
I'm in for the Islanders.
Too long for two teams starting a playoff series to not like one another. It shows up pretty quickly. Both these teams are
I'm doing the second thing up here.
Play the body. They can play in the physical types of the game. They go to the dirty zones. These teams are very similar. They like structure. They're very disciplined. They will hit and they will get in there, but they are very careful in taking penalties. And the reason why is both of them, their power plays are red hot.
Cizikas won the drive from Lazard. It's dropped back for Andy Green. He'll get it out at center. Flipped in by Martin. Here goes Clutterbuck. Cizikas going to the net. Can't catch up to the pass. He'll send it back to the point. Thrown towards the goal by Pulock. And it is Corrali that'll pair it for Boston, and then he takes a chip. Clutterbuck bumped on the play by Wagner. As the Islanders work it in their own end, and Noah Thompson will get it up. Bergeron after the rolling puck. Sends it off, and Clifton lost his foot. And he gets back, and the Bruins get it to center, and that pass got away from Marchand. Here's Pulock with it. Knocked down by Marchand. Bergeron comes over to help out. Brock Nelson trying to dig away. Marchand going to the net. Can't get a shot as he got stuck on the way. Lozon in on the boards. As Bergeron was checked by Clutterbuck. And the Islanders get it down the ice. Rascal moving quickly as Beauvillier was coming in. Now it's McAvoy with it. Turned over at center. Sajak will hand it off for Beauvillier. And now it's brought in. Here's Nick Lenny. And the shot on net is blocked by Tuukka Rask.
When you're dealing with a guy like Brad Marchand, you have to be really careful because, number one, he can come straight at you, but he has got a great set of hands, and he tries to toe drag, and I've seen him make this move plenty of times, and he fools the defenseman who's looking at the puck, and then he walks right through you on the backhand. What a great job by Pelech. You study the players that you play against, you watch videotapes of them, you get to know their tendencies, and with a guy
I think I did it.
He can beat you so many different ways. Good job by Pelech to keep him down against that goal line, not let him come out.
Gracie won the draw from Pajot, and it's flipped up by Carlo. And the Bruins get it out. Here comes Riley with it. Enters the Islanders zone, handing it off for Taylor Hall. His shot missed the net. Mayfield is on it. Works it up the boards and got it out. Sajak was bumped as Riley will turn it back through center. Krejci is on it. Flips it onto the wing and brought in by Brandon Carlo with a shot on net, kicked up by Varlamov. Palmieri will get it off the glass and out. Sajak knocked it down. Here comes Pajot. Jean-Gabriel Pajot throws it on net, and it's gloved by Rask.
After game one, Coach Trotz told his team, we have to be better. We need more than just one line going. We're a four-line team. We need everybody on deck here, all hands. And I think in game two, that's exactly what he got. He got a response from his team. He knows that the Bruins are a deep team, and this series is going to be quite tight. And he called it, he actually said it's going to be quite the event. And coaches love being in these series. He respects Bruce Cassidy and his team. He says they're a deep team, and believe it or not, they are. And they're playing them straight up, and this is going to be a long series, I think.
Barzal tangled up with Corrali off the draw, and it is picked up and skated out by Wagner. He'll gain the line, throws it in on net, and Varlamov has got that one in his glove.
Well, you flip it over to Coach Cassidy on the other side, and the one thing I love about Bruce is his honesty. He's always going to tell you the way it is. He says, hey, I acknowledge that they got a momentum swing here. They're going home now, and they're going to have this crowd there, and you can't deny it. They've got momentum, they got the crowd. He called it, they're getting some juice. They're going to get the juice, but he also said, hey, we know the drill. We know the drill. We've been here a few times. We know how to handle it.
Well, the two starts in the afternoon in the parking lot along with the barbecues. And they were going this afternoon to the motorhome. And trying to dodge the rain that's falling in Uniondale. It was clearing up this afternoon to get started.
Well, both these teams play with a lot of structure, and their defense play defense first. That's the way they're built.
Here's DeBrusk, works his way in. Back up to the third line in this game with Craig Smith drawing back in for Boston. And it's picked up back to the net. Here's Charlie Coyle.
Let's go Islanders!
Coyle to the point. Grizzlick towards it. Blocked in front. Noah Thompson comes up with it. He'll get it to center it out.
Let's go Islanders!
Boston resets. Grizzlick onto the wing for Ritchie. Ritchie looks to the goal. That shot missed, and it comes around the boards and all the way back down the ice. And Grizzlick will go get the rolling puck as Rask will set it up for him. Now it's Pasternak. Up to center.
Let's go Islanders!
Cizikas. Varlamov out of the goal. Flipped it in the corner. Martin is there, and he'll roll it back for Pelech. Casey Cizikas gets it up for Cal Clutterbuck. Up through the middle, Pollock in over the line, takes the shot, and he
Oh,
sends that one
nothing much,
sailing
Jamie.
away.
What about you?
Clutterbuck checked, and Marchand is on
Nothing
it.
much.
He'll hand it
Honey.
up for Carlo. Bruins
Honey.
get to center. Pasternak
Honey.
back in the middle. Riley
Honey.
for Marchand. Couldn't get a
Honey.
shot away. Mayfield was there to
No.
cause trouble. Back to the point.
No.
Riley. Dumps it
sorry.
off into the corner. Swung back around as Martin is there. Here comes Krejci. Barzell trying to knock it out. Held along the boards, and Krejci will keep it in. Pasternak with it. Spinning away from Pollock as he's bumped, and Clutterbuck's got it. He'll hand it off, and it's cleared away as Barzell will catch up to it.
Come on, come on.
Barzell holds on, waits. He'll drop it back, fire towards him. That one just skipped wide. Barzell still looking for his first goal of the Stanley Cup playoffs. He's goalless on 20 shots.
That would've been
in
beautiful.
the 8 games he's played in. And he's on the puck again now as Barzell will get to center. But Hall picks his pocket and gave it off for Grizzle. Grizzle fights his way in. Back for Taylor Hall. In front here, Smith scores!
Damn! Boston getting the first goal of the game.
Into the lineup and gets Boston on the board first.
Here's a guy.
Goal,
I think they
Boston
really missed it.
Bruins.
He left game one with a lower body injury, and Bruce Cassidy was hopeful that he would return, and he has, and he's returned big time. First goal we know is really important. Barzell soft on the puck. He gets stripped by Taylor Hall, and look at a slow turn coming back. You've got to come back hard. Grizzlick gets up the ice, throws it to Hall, and then it's a deep pass across the slot area. Boston loves the high slot area to work with him. Craig Smith fills the lane for him, and he just pulls the trigger on it upstairs on the glove side. And the Bruins are leading 1-0. I like the fact that Cassidy reinserted him right back on that line with Krejci and Hall because they do have really good chemistry.
Tripper.
It's not that the breast played poorly up there. It's that when I see that chemistry with those three, I like it. And DeBrusque will play well on that third line. I think it really helps their depth.
DeBrusque now trying to get the puck away from Pajot along the board. Sent back to the point. Dobson got it towards the net. That came up and hit McAvoy in the face. Here's Palmieri. Throws it off the outside of the goal. McAvoy has to try and shake the effects of that off as he stays out there. Meanwhile, it's Dobson that'll pull it out of the pile. Feeds it across for Green towards the net, and that got tipped wide. All back to the point. Trying to get away from the check of DeBrusque. He gets it down for Sajak. Travis Sajak will tip it. Pajot. Trying to escape Coyle. And now McAvoy takes down Palmieri behind the net. At the point. Thinks Leddy will hold it in. Now it's cleared up by Boston, and Leddy will back up at center.
Great job by Lenny there. Don't try to force feed something back into the zone. Don't dump it in, and Boston can retrieve it.
Beauvillier for Nelson going to the net. Couldn't get to it in time as Beauvillier slipped and was still able to make the pass. Haley trying to send it to the point. That comes out.
Just back up and recoil and let your guys
Islanders
come out of the
were so
zone, let
close.
them get their swing patterns in, and then transition and come back at them.
Connor Clifton will rattle it in, and it's fallen off. It's out of the net to play it. Knocked down with the hand of Lazar. Wagner and Nelson all caught up in a battle for it. Roll back to the point. Throw towards the net. That's blocked in front, and the Islanders clear it, and it's a break. It's Beauvillier. He's in. Blocker save made by Rask. Beauvillier. Been a hot stink for the Islanders. 6-game point streak. Trying to even things up there. Now we'll send it down the ice. Rask out of the net to move it. Got it in the corner for Grizzly. Kept in though by Pollock. He'll hand it off down for Matt Martin. Dumps it off back of the goal. Zizekas after the rolling puck. Played it back to the point. Got away from Pollock, and now Pasternak will race after it.
No, Tripper.
Pasternak gets there at the same time.
I'm gonna put this in the garbage, or my cat is gonna go nuts.
Islanders break out. It's Martin off for Pollock. Can't get into the Boston. Now Barzell turned back at center.
She almost pierced my weenus.
Over to Barzell. Villiers.
Commercial break. Let the game audio will turn back on after commercial. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Monster Sports Entertainment. I'm host Molly. What's up? How's everyone doing? Bonk. What's everyone up to? It is Thursday. It is a Thursday. I don't know what day it was. Boston Bruins. That dude's Boston Bruins tattoo is pretty dope, though. He got like wow, his arm is huge. Guys can have such big. Oh my gosh. Also, I just don't have like muscles. So like. Anyways, all right here. It was just a bear and then the Bruins logo. Looks really cool. Go Boston to win. Wally cheering on Boston. I'm gonna cheer on the Islanders. Wally, Wally, Wally. What's going on? How you doing?
Here's Dobson with it. Got it up ahead. Everly will tip it in, and it's Brandon Carlo that's back on it for Boston. Flipped it off the glass and worked out by Corrali. Wagner let it go. Lazard down the wing. Corrali going to the net as Lazard curls back. Has to escape Komarov front of the point. Shot towards net. Wagner depth in front by Dobson. And he's pleading for a call as Corrali tries to tip the puck away from Green. Barzal in to dig it out.
Why does that tea kind of taste like coffee?
Coyle in there as well. Barzal works over Coyle. Komarov rolled it out. And Wagner has got it back in center.
There's a coffee undertone to it.
Riley with it. Riley in his first NHL playoffs. Last time
Maybe Dad used that cup for coffee or something.
The BCHL with the Penticton Bees.
Is the Reimagine 2022.
Whoa, okay. Honda? Jeez. Boop, boop, boop. I cannot wait until tattoo shops open again because I have been waiting to get my tattoo. But the tattoo artist that I want to do it because I love her work is booked until 2022. Ha!
Plumbing and heating.
Because we can get it shut down. It's the
20 minutes
COVID
away
stuff.
from
Love
the
that.
Coliseum. He's fired up for this series as Rask makes a big save there, and it's cleared out by
NHL
Bruins.
playoffs,
Rich
freaking
down
right.
the ice, that'll be an icing call.
You know, watching this, you know, the one player that is really having his struggles is Matthew Barzal. I mean, it's been 2 series now he's been in. He doesn't seem like himself. You never really know if a player is dinged up or is not himself or he's injured in some form and he's trying to gut through it, but he just looks like he's not driving to the net. He's not trying to get inside, but he's deferring to pass most times. A couple times in this game tonight, he could have pulled the trigger on it. Instead, he's turning back, looking for other people. Boy, if he could ever get going and get hot, he is something to be, he's a force to be reckoned with.
And an assist in game 2 is his first road point of the playoffs. He's got 3 assists on all ice, but like we mentioned earlier, still no goals yet. As that one
Oh, imagine that accidentally went in. The puck went all the way up and then it arced over like right in front of the goalie. Imagine if it just slid in, that'd be
nicked
awful.
up somewhere. You don't play in a playoff series and 2 and not feel it, you know?
Here at Nassau Coliseum.
What Coliseum? The stadium looks very interesting on the outside. It looks like a UFO on the outside, kind of. Anyways, hello everybody. Welcome. I'm gonna put a little smiley face on my knee. I put a smiley face on my knee. Can y'all see a smiley face? Oh, not really. It just looks like I died. Don't mind me. My like pants are like a mess, like low key. So like, let me just ignore that. Human rights. Everyone saying hi to each other in the chat. Everyone chat each other up. I just got that all over me. I don't know where to put it. I kind of want to dye my eyebrows like a darker color, because I see that men put like Fit for Men, or men dye their hair too, but no duh, but girls will take like Fit for Men, like that beard stuff, and they'll put them on their eyebrows to darken them.
Ends up being the victorious
Which I think is pretty cool, because it's way easier than...
We'll have something to say about that.
I don't even do my eyebrows.
These
are just my eyebrows.
And getting something done.
But I want them to be a little more full in the middle, so it doesn't look like it starts like halfway over. So it looks like it actually starts where it actually does.
One way to recover. Has broken up here, and Bullock will...
Come on, Islanders!
Oh! Feed it over for Palmieri on the wing. That was broken up. And
Boston getting the puck away.
Lost it to Pajot. Palmieri moves into the corner. Sajak bumped. Bergeron all over to help out. Puck comes free, and it's taken away by Marchand. And he'll hand it off for Grizzly, who dumps it in. Sajak trying to knock it down, and the Islanders get it back as it's flipped up by Palmieri.
Hey, Tripper.
Riley is on it. Meanwhile, at center, Sajak got clipped.
Ooh, is he good? What
And
happened?
he is down, and there's going to be a penalty here to Boston.
I looked down for like 2 seconds at my cat because I was like, what the frig is she doing?
In the box.
Well, that's not a shock. that's not something that surprises me.
Hey! I mean, New York gets a power play now, so that's good.
I mentioned both these teams are very
What even
disciplined
happened?
teams. And here's Zajac coming up through the neutral zone, and as Marchand turns, they bump into each other, and then as he
Oh,
goes to give
yeah,
him a
his
lock,
stick
the
frickin'.
blade of the stick gets up a little high, and he catches him in the face. And there doesn't seem to be any blood, so it looks like there's going to be just two. This is a little battle, and then he just goes to give him a little whack, but unfortunately, it gets up high and catches him in the face, and the Islanders will go on the power play. A power play in this series that has been very good. They're running at a clip of about 50%.
Hey, Tripper.
They're 3 for 6 in the series. Let's see if they can't get this all tied up.
So on the draw, Barzal trying to get it back.
Tripper,
for
get
Thompson.
down.
And now he's got it. Barzal pass across for Pajot.
Get down.
Thompson will keep it in.
I swear,
it was
should
knocked
drive me
down by
nuts.
Coyle. And Corrali in front of the Islanders stretch will try to move it.
The she wonders that she's throwing up everywhere and she's licking the sink. I'm like, why are you licking the sink? It's disgusting. Get out.
Thompson got it up. Barzal cuts in. Can't get the shot. He had his stick tied
Let's
up.
go, Islanders.
Trying to battle with Lazar to get the puck back, but shot by Lazar to clear it out for Boston.
He's on his game. That thing is backhand, forehand, and gone. You know, it's released very quickly. There isn't a lot of time when you cruise into the slot in both these ends of the ring. Both these teams collapse really well on top of you. Very strong defensively.
Comes off the glass, hometown bounce for Barzal, and now he'll settle things down. Hands it off, Bailey to Barzal for
Nice, nice. Go. Jeez.
Shot blocked.
Shot blocked.
Back out at center, and the Islanders regroup.
What a big block. Anytime the puck crosses through a seam all the way to the other side, it's a shift of all 4 penalty killers. Good job to get down and get that one.
Bruins on it, and they'll clear it down.
Dang.
This is Varlamov's out of the net, and they'll set it up.
35 seconds left in the power play for Islanders.
Something, right? But then you try to give you the one who's the least most dangerous. But all of a
That's
sudden,
hooking.
they get through that guy.
That man was
It's
hooking.
extremely dangerous, and the shift is on.
Tip to the pointers.
He got his puck, his stick, and he was going like this to the guy's skates. Hooking it.
He'll hand it off for
Jeez.
Bailey. Palmieri tried to tip it down for Nelson.
Why do I look so blue?
Stick here for Carlo, but it's broken up when it comes to center. Letty's on it.
What is wrong with the camera? Why is it doing that?
Rolls towards the net, broken up. Bruins get it around the boards. Held in once more by Bailey. Clifton checked by Nelson. Power play over. The Islanders don't manage a shot. Here's Marchand with it. He'll cut back in. Marchand shoots, and it goes off the leg of Pellet. Brad Marchand to the point. Flipped across by Clifton. Riley off the crossbar. What a quick shot that was. Off the iron, it stayed out. Now McAvoy's to back off the line as it's cleared away by the Islanders.
It didn't look like he could get that much mustard on that. That thing took off. And that was awful close to making this 2-0.
Here comes Clutterbuck with it. He'll knock it into the zone.
I don't know why it's doing that.
Shipped back by Ritchie. Grizzly trying to move it as well. It's up out of the wing, and then Clutterbuck lays a hit back behind the play as Krejci comes in, and Hall was ahead of the play for an offside. All a close attempt here for the Bruins as Riley puts it off the...
Yeah, that was really close by the Bruins. Oh my gosh, it went right off the post. I don't know why I was doing that, but like, okay, cool. I think it's doing that maybe because the thing, but I don't think so. Anyways. Vaccinations. I'm getting my second dose in 2 weeks. Get my second dose in 2 weeks. Gotta make sure though, because I might get sick. Because people are saying that they get sick from the second shot. So like, gonna have to vibe out with that, I guess. Also, I'm always like, my back is sore. Look at the way I'm sitting right now. I'm not even like, if you saw me from the side, you'd be like, ma'am, your back is not supposed to move like that. Your back not supposed to bend that way. What is up with this lighting? I don't know why it's like that. Either way, I don't know why this does that either. There we go. I think that works for now. I have to fix, there's just one setting that I've seen to help the green screen out, but I don't know what it is.
In the power play, good on the penalty kill. They're so good in so
Nobody has to
many
see.
areas, and they're a handful for a team to look after in a 7-game series, a potential 7-game series. And the Islanders have figured that out, that if they're going to win this series, they do have to control that line somewhat.
Get ready to rock the house with a tragically hip and a rare performance featuring Feist. Don't miss the Junos, Sunday at 8 on CBC and CBC
The
Channel.
Junos. Fancy.
You know, every team has a line that is you got to pay attention to. But some teams have a line like this where, you know, they can just win a series all on their own, and you've got to make sure that you're on top of that. Similar to what Vegas is going through with Colorado with that McKinnon line. I mean, you just can't let them lose for a second, and they proved that in the first 2 games of that series.
Nick Leddy lays it up, and it's cut off by Krejci. Now held in by Smith. Mayfield goes after it. Taylor Hall right on him. He's got Mayfield trying to hold it against the boards.
5:20 left.
Get it out with his skate. Out to look around to see
In
where
the
he can
first
move
period.
it. And once again, it is Carlo that keeps it in, but the net comes off in behind Varlamov. Well, we talked about Charlie McAvoy and the family business. That's just 20 minutes away here from the Coliseum. And his dad's at the game tonight. Here's his dad, but I love what he said about coming to the game tonight. I'm a little nervous to even show up with Bruins gear on with my Irish temper. You might be reading about me in the paper. That's the temper that Charlie doesn't have, by the way. So
Let's hope not. Let's hope cooler heads prevail.
Well, it's exciting for the McAvoy family that they can be part of this series and be back in the building.
Having your parents at the game, watching you play is everything. I mean, that's, you know, they're the ones that took you to all those games, and put up with those weekends in hotels and all the things that you got to do in order to raise a son who plays hockey, and then especially at a high level too, right?
Hi, honey.
The cost of all that is just another thing, but great to see them enjoy their son here. He is quite the player, and he's just going to keep getting better.
Hi.
There's
Oh, you're
Bergeron
such a
bringing
good
it back
girl.
in. Snaps it towards the net. It's blocked away by Varlamov. Pasternak trying to get it back in the corner. Tangled up with Pullock, and it's knocked off the boards and out. McAvoy back on it, being watched by Palmieri. Plays it up for Marchand, and now back to Grizzly. Brought on by McAvoy, cut off at center by Sajak. Sajak will work it in deep. Palmieri goes after it. McAvoy there to move it. Palmieri trying to knock it out of the air. Sajak held up in the corner by Grizzly. Sajak will work it around to the open wing. The racing after it is Eddie
Come on,
Green.
Islanders tied up
He
going
gets
into
it back
second.
down low. Flipped up the boards by McAvoy. And now the Bruins will get control as Grizzly will hand it off for McAvoy. He'll play it up at center. Rolled in by Ritchie. Ritchie tried to throw it towards the net. That was blocked. Here's Everly. He'll get it back in deep. After it goes on. Up onto the wing where Ritchie has to poke it back. And Barzal was hit too deep. Didn't see that pass coming in behind him. From center. Doyle will lift it in.
Boston defense going hard.
He'll stop it. Gets it around the glass. Then coming in and walking into a shot there. But it's put that one over the net. Now it's a break. It's brought up by Barzal. He'll get it into the line for Martin. Back to Barzal. Has to wait with nobody in front of the net, so he drops it back. Nick Leddy goes after it. Leddy throws it up high for Clutterbuck. Over to Pullock. Shot towards the net. Stopped by Rask. Rebound in front, and Martin couldn't get a stick on it. Here's Leddy. Off for Clutterbuck. Being watched in the corner, but it is picked up and cleared back out as
Boston bringing the puck away from their net.
job there for Boston.
Islanders bringing it right back.
Pullock got it back into the wing. Clutterbuck in a battle for it. Tangled up with Lozon. Martin in there as well now. It comes
Fighting for
free
the
and
puck
it is
against the
turned
boards.
away by the Bruins. Zizekas jumps up to knock it down. He'll flip it right back in. Connor Clifton after the puck. Checked by Martin Zizekas. In with a hit on Lozon. And away with it comes Corrali. 3-on-2 for the Bruins. He'll hand it off, and it's snapped towards the net by Lazar, but deflected out of play.
Oh, nice job.
Get it.
Oh, commercial. What are you doing? Why do you look terrified? Like you look scared. Just your constant state. Is just terrified.
Delayed offside for the Islanders here as Bailey dumped it in, so they have to clear. Not a good time for Krejci to move it up for
John, what's going on, John? How you doing?
What O'Reilly. He'll dump it in.
Yes,
Out of the way
NHL and
comes
playoffs.
Played it around the corner for Nick Leddy.
By the way, they're all just loaded now.
Gets to center and he'll dump it in. Brandon Carlo.
Yes, NHL is in playoffs, John.
First, for Riley. Up into the skates of Hall, and he'll feather that across for Krejci.
So is baseball, I think, too. I think baseball is too. No. No. NBA, basketball. Basketball's also in.
Mayfield up the boards,
Playoffs.
knocked down by Mobilia in the third.
Look how thin you are. You're just a skinny
Marchand
buddy.
will hand it back for Grizzly. Now McAvoy into the New York zone, off the boards and right
Look how
back
skinny
down.
she is.
Now
You're
he
just so
watched by
tiny and
Sajak, so he'll
small.
play it off for Patrice Bergeron, gets bumped in front of his own bench.
Hey, bud?
These are two structured
Like
teams
a rabbit.
that will not play that tennis match where you're going to just, unless they have to open it up because they're down, right? If the game stays fairly tight, that neutral zone will be awful hard to get rhythm coming through it and get speed. Both these teams shut it
Or
down
Cat
pretty
Hermanos.
effectively.
Marchand trying to knock it away, and he does. He'll get it off to Charlie Coyle. Coyle trying to elude the check with pull-up.
Under a minute left in the first.
Has a look around. Pasternak got it in front off a body and picked up by Eddie Green, who clears it out of danger. Now Pasternak trying to drop it back, and away with it comes Komarov. He'll hand it off to Barzal. Over to Jordan Eberle. Flip back to the goal for Barzal. Now to the point, Nick Leddy settles it down. Trying to get it back for Barzal. Riley watching him. Barzal up high. Here's Green for Leddy, and his shot got blocked. Ritchie turns, and he'll play it off for Coyle. And Coyle's content to lift it high in the air and down the ice, but there's still time left, and that's going to be an icing call against Boston.
Icing call against Boston with 4.2 seconds left in the
what I'm
first.
alluding to with Barzal. He comes across and he throws one to Eberle, but he's on his backhand. There's not much he can do. As Pasternak dials out of the corner and tries to give it go with
Want to get down? You got it?
Charlie Coyle.
Whoa,
Good
that was a
block
big
by
jump.
Ritchie. But Barzal's on his forehand, cutting through the slot. He's on his forehand, and it's a good shot he can take. Why not take it? Instead, he hums it back through to Eberle, who's a right-hand shot, and he has to take it on his backhand in very tight quarters, and they don't get any play out of it. I think they got to start throwing pucks on the net and going to the net, because they've had some attack time in the
Damien,
offensive
what's going on,
zone.
Damien Roy?
They just haven't had much to show for
Is
it.
it Sportsnet commentator? I think. It should be. It should be. I don't know. It's all the same game. It's just on different channels. I guess so. And I personally don't do a whole lot of commentating with it. I basically watch it and enjoy it, and then just like say things. Just because I know for a fact that I completely butcher it if I attempted to commentate. I know I would butcher it. So I'm like, I'm gonna leave this to the professionals. That is a beautiful color for an iMac, or of the frig they're called. I like that one. Oh, they have like a greenish one. Ooh, I like the green one in the middle. That's one that I like. Anyways, hello everybody. Welcome to Monster Sports Entertainment. I'm your host, Molly. And we're going to smash that thumbs up button on your way in. Subscribe if you haven't already. A bell for notifications so you can notify whenever I'm live. We are vibing out, watching the Boston Islanders game. And that's it. That's basically what we're doing. We're vibing out watching hockey. That's it. Hello everybody, also from Canada. Hi, I'm Canada. I saw a video of this YouTuber. He's like a very famous YouTuber, Markiplier. I was like, trying Canadians can't like food, what? And then I saw him trying Canadian stuff, like some like Canadian like treats at like the store. And then I saw one of him rating Canadian maple syrup. And he started just drinking it right out of the bottle. And I was like, I'm so proud. Like, yes. I think the whole thing about, whoa, why are you playing a commercial? Wow, 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 we love Pride. We love Pride. We love it. But we don't love getting copyright. Love Pride. We just don't love copyright. It's Pride Month. We're 3 days in Pride Month. We're 3 days in June. It is June 3rd. It's already June 3rd. It's the 6th month. Whoa, we're almost we're 6 months. And there's 12 months in a year, meaning that we're halfway through. Right? Is that how the math works? By the end of this month, we will be halfway through. Technically, right? Yeah. That's weird. That probably made no sense when I spewed it out into the world. But in my head it made sense. Probably not out loud. I think things and then I say them and I think they make sense and people look at me like I'm nuts. That happens on a daily basis. I'll be talking to my dad about something. Like, I'll just be thinking about something and then I'll just start a conversation in the middle of what I'm thinking out loud. and talking to him, and he's looking at me like I'm nuts. One time, it was so funny. He was, we were both laughing so hard, and he just like kept like mocking me, and it was so funny because that's what my dad does. And it was so funny because I just walked into the room, his room, and I was like, "Hey, can I come in?" He's like, "Yeah." And I come in, and I was like, "Yo, so it said 20, and now it says 53, and I don't understand why it does that, and it's so annoying." He looked at me like, "I need context." He was like, "You're just spewing numbers out at me. I don't know what any of these numbers are. I don't know what any of these numbers mean. You need to like, you need to give some sort of context." He's like, "No."
Are attempting to play the puck on Jake Evans, that was
I have like
a
a
major
half
factor in the
Mark
rule.
Sheffield. F
So
that
clearly
dude.
he
That man got
meant to hit him, and it caused an injury.
Suspended
And,
4
they
games.
Took into account the fact that Shifley has
Mark Sheffield's
shooting
just
history.
suspended
He'd
for
never
4
been fined or
games.
Suspended before, but obviously they felt that the injury was a key factor. And if you take a look at
Suspended
it, it's a
for
pretty
4
strict penalty
games.
when you look at history of charging called by the league. There has not been a 4-game for charging in the National Hockey League in 5 years. The last one was Cody Eakin, and the last time anybody was suspended more than 4 games for charging was in October of
it's intermission.
2013. That was Ryan Garbutt.
It's
so
intermission.
they felt that even though that Shifley didn't have a history, it was a bad incident and deserved a stiff
Shifley.
penalty. 4 playoff games
Mark
is a very
Shifley.
tough suspension.
Suspended
And you
for
made that
4
point last night.
games.
Unprecedented situation for the National Hockey League. Kelly, your thoughts?
Yeah, I understand it now. Last night after the game, I thought it would be less than 4 games. I thought just 1, in fact. But I've had time to look at it many, many times, right? So I've looked at it.
He had time to
today,
slow down.
and
He
your
had time
point,
to
Elliot,
go,
that
like,
there's no
do
attempt
something.
To play the puck. If Shifley had done that, I think it's entirely different. You can see the effort he puts to come back, but at some point he recognizes he can't make a play on the puck, so he just buries Evans. And as I said last night,
Oh yeah,
it's
that
really
one dude put him in a
difficult to watch,
headlock. Rightfully
but I'm
so. I do the
super
damn same.
comfortable with the suspension being 4 games now.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be 2 games, but the league is sending a message that they clearly do not want these type of hits in the game. And the players
That was the
I can
first game,
understand,
too.
10, 15
That was
years
game
ago,
1
these
and
were
you
the
already
norms, but
freaking-
as a parent now and
Man's
a
got
coach of
this
young minor
spoon.
hockey kids, you do not want to see these hits in the game.
Stewie, let me stay with you. Is this done now, as far as the Montreal Canadiens are concerned, or is there going to be some...
Yeah, well, we heard the comments from some of the Montreal players mentioning, hey, if they don't really suspend him, they're going to take care of it. But I could see some minor fireworks, but there's too much on the line right now. They got to get back to playing hockey.
Elliot, could there be an appeal situation here?
I don't think so. I mean, you
Yeah, that was a rough hit.
But by the situation, by the time it all gets done, David, I don't necessarily. I think you accept the penalty and you move on.
And Kelly, how much does this change the complexion of the series for the Jets?
Oh, enormous. If Stastny can't make it into the lineup, and I'm not sure of that, and Dubois isn't playing very well right now, which is surprising to me, this could have terrible ramifications for Winnipeg.
We'll have much more reaction, of course, on Sportsnet Central and probably a little bit later on this show as well. But let's get to the game at hand. And Elliot, it's 1-0. Bruins on top. A pattern you've noticed with Semyon Varlamov.
Well, Varlamov has just had a weird stretch in the playoffs where he's giving up goals early in games, or at least early in the number of shots he faces. And let's go through it. This is his 4th start against Pittsburgh. That was early. You see on the clock. Here's another one. This is also against Pittsburgh. We're 2 minutes into the game. Goal there. This is game 2, even though the Islanders came back and won it 2.5 minutes in. And here we go to tonight. Again, Taylor Hall with a great setup to Craig Smith back in the lineup. And this one's a little bit later, 6 minutes in, but it's still early on the shot counter for the Boston Bruins. And Varlamov's been terrific for the Islanders, a really good goalie, but he's got this stretch here that obviously they're going to want to fix.
You don't want to be chasing games this time of year, that's for sure. What about Tuukka Rask?
Okay, Elliot, you nailed it at the top of the show. You talked about game 2, and it looked as though Rask was fighting some sort of injury, which I totally
Aviation
agree with.
Falcon,
and I'm happy
what's
to
going
say
on? How you
that he
doing?
looks pretty good tonight.
You cheering for the
It does
Bruins?
look
I'm
good to me,
cheering
at least
for
early. Now,
Islanders.
let's face it, he's only faced 7 shots, so not a lot of work, but he does look good. He's getting up a lot quicker than he was in the previous game. Here's a terrific example of it here.
Cheer for Islanders this time.
Notice how quickly he's back up on his feet. Looks really sharp. Just a bit of a harmless shot, but nonetheless, He looks really, really good. So if you're a Bruins fan, that's good news.
We talked in the pregame, Anthony, about scoring by committee. That's what the Islanders have to do. But they do have a star in Matthew Barzal. Why isn't he being as effective offensively as he would?
Yeah, make no mistake, the Islanders
Not
want to keep Matthew Barzal going. And I think he needs to do a better job at just penetrating. He's got so much speed. He's so explosive, but he's got to find a way to get to the net. A prime example here early on in the game here, he's taking the puck wide, and instead of really penetrating or trying to make a move, he just pulls up, pumps his bike brakes, and then tries to make a play 1-on-4. So a couple seconds later, the puck goes back, misses the net on the shot, goes back, neutral zone here, turn the puck over. But with Barzal, he's got to find a way to penetrate. Puck comes back the other hall to Smith. 1-0 game here for the Islanders. So Barzal's just got to find a way to keep it simple, but they need him going every single night.
Yeah, just 1 assist and 5 shots through 2+ games in this series. They need a lot more from him. We're going to be crossing the Atlantic when we return because there was a fantastic finish, guys, in the World Championships for Canada.
Boop. All right, commercial break. It is intermission still. I'm gonna see how much time's left of the intermission. Okay. There's just somebody yodeling outside. Did y'all hear that? I mean, damn, it wasn't that bad, but like, what the frick? I was like, who's he yodeling? That's why I paused. I was like, do you hear that man yodeling? Is that thunder? It might be thunder. Some man was yodeling, probably the McDonald's drive-thru. Honestly, the McDonald's drive-thru, there's so much that happens, and so much that goes on in the McDonald's drive-thru. I'll hear people honking, I'll hear people saying, just effing go! Or, I have a video of someone saying, I just want my food! I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all are crazy. Oh yeah, it could have been thunderstorms. Could have been thunder, because we're supposed to get a thunder shower tonight. At 9, and then it's fine. And it's gonna be hot all day tomorrow. Oh, no thank you. Nope, it's gonna be going up to 30, feels like 33. You guys don't know what that means. If you are from America, you have no idea what that means. Well, I'll see. I'll find out what that means. 86 feels like 92. 86 feels like 92. No, thank you. I'm good. I don't even need Celsius to know that is hot. Oh my gosh. 33. Damn. Wow, I would love to go swimming. It's so nice. Body dysmorphia says no, but like, also it's illegal, so unless it's on your property. Just puts really cold water in my bathtub and just moves around in it. I'm not gonna do that. I just envision myself doing that. That'd be fucking weird. Just like, I don't have a pool. Make my own damn pool. That's what I'm gonna do. In my own bathtub. Imagine, that'd be rough. I know someone with a small pool, but they don't have any chemicals in the pool yet. There's 6 minutes left in the intermission. We're just sitting here vibing. I drew a smiley face on my knee. I also drew a smiley face on my arm. And I drew a drunk face. Dead? A dead drunk face. It's not the Nirvana one. It's not the Nirvana one. But it resembles the one, but it's not. Anyways, I want to draw a cat on my arm. I've been using eyeliner to do that. Hey, Tripper! I'm gonna draw you. No. I don't even use makeup. I don't even know why I have so much makeup. Oh my gosh, they have rainbow sticks. They had rainbow sticks. What's his name? The shark from the shark on, not the shark, the whale on the Canucks. What is it? What animal is associated with the Canucks? Whatever that one is. Whale? Look like a killer whale. Just waving around a pride flag, just vibing. Mood. Power Players Youth Advisory Board for fans ages 13 to 17. That's not me. I'm almost 20. Ew. Oh, I don't want to say that. That feels gross to say. I'm almost 20. Ew. I don't like that. No. Ew, it's gonna be so weird. My age isn't gonna have teen after it. It's gonna be 20. Not 19. It's gonna be 20. It's weird. I don't want to go old. I don't want to get old. 20. 20 is so young. I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, like 20? Like, oh my gosh, you're a 20-year-old? You're so cool. And now I'm like basically almost 20. That's nuts. It sucked because last year when I turned 19, which is the legal drinking age in my province, Ontario, Canada, and I was like, oh, freaking right, I'm gonna turn 19, it's gonna be so lit, it's gonna be so great, I'm gonna go party, like, it's gonna be so good, and then I was like, psych, pandemic. And then this year, I was like, oh, maybe next year. No, not this year either. So, I'm probably gonna have to wait till next year. I will be 100% honest with you. As soon as this like whole panorama stuff's over, because like I'm sick of it, I'm going on a little trip because I want to get away from this place. I just want to get away from everything. Just want to leave. Just for a bit. And then once my sanity has come back to me, you know, I've grounded myself, then I can, you know. It's rough. Hey, Tripper! The hair salon's just opened, by the way. Once again, which I didn't even know they were allowed to reopen. But apparently, according to the rules, they can reopen. Which means that you would think someone can go swimming without it being a felony. But what's the difference between a felony and something that's just illegal? What is a felony? Doesn't that just mean you're going against the law, or am I just... Oh. Oh my gosh, that's what a felony means? Oh my gosh. A crime, typically one involving violence, regarded as more serious than a misdemeanor and usually punishable by imprisonment for more than a year or by death. Oh, no, never mind. That was... Well, technically you could have been in prison for more than a year if you were caught breaking the guidelines. I mean, our police here didn't really give a fudge, but like, they're just like... Yeah, they tried to say, hey, if you're caught outside of your home, you will be stopped and questioned by police. And all the forces in Ontario were like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're like, we're not stopping random people that we see someone walking their dog. What are you doing out? Like, they're like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. Oh my gosh! That's the app that I'm on. They're advertising. Also, the library here, is to clear all late charges from all records. So, like, I don't think I have any late charges because, you know, they don't contact you about that. Do they? I don't know. I haven't been to a freaking public library in Barrie. Ew, library. I was a child. Okay. That looks amazing. I really love the sausage and egg. Sausage, egg, and cheese on a bagel. That's bussin'. That's pretty good. One of my friends hates when you go sheesh like this and you put your like the ice in your veins. Sheesh. So like me and my friend will always do that to him and bug him. Because one time his friend went, sheesh, and then he's like, stop, I don't like when you do that. And he's like, well, I'm gonna keep doing it more. And I was like, well, now I'm gonna do it too. He's like, no, please. He's like, please, God, no. Oh, bless, we're back.
Not everybody is put in a role to be a goal scorer in class, but when you
I
get
would
to
have
the
not have
playoffs,
ran out of things to talk
anybody
about.
can be a hero. And in
I never
game
shut
two,
my mouth,
it was
so like,
Casey
we would have
Cizikas,
been.
and he does so many wonderful
That's what
things
the
for the
intermissions
Islanders and
are.
his teammates.
That's what the
And
intermissions are
coach
like. I just don't
thrilled
shut
to
my
see him
mouth,
get
and
some
then we just see where the conversations go.
and pay off on a
I
breakaway,
don't even know where I
a big
started.
overtime goal that knotted this series at one. The second period starts the same way as the game with the Pajot line out against the Bergeron line.
Molly, 4th of July is coming up. Are fireworks legal in Canada? Oh yeah! Fireworks are 100% legal in Canada. We just don't have guns. We just don't have a lot of guns. Oh, fireworks. We have all this fireworks. Because 1st of July is Canada Day. So the 1st of July is Canada Day. So we celebrate Canada Day. And then 4th of July is in America. So we don't really celebrate that. Preston, I wish I could play Little League now. I'd kick some ass. Freaking rights. I mean, way better than before. Freaking rights you would be.
90% that you start that line. You go with the best matchup that's going to give you a chance to win the hockey game, and that's the Pajot line. That's what Pajot does. He shuts down other teams' opposing.
A kid's running towards the base, you just push him over with one hand.
That is a tough job description in this series with that perfection line.
I want to see that.
You let them loose on one shoot because
hilarious.
you're caught up starting a certain line, and it could burn you. So I think I agree with what he's doing here. Get that Pajot line out against them as often as you can. That or this Bailey line. Go power on power. This line's been on fire. They've combined for 15 points in their past 4 games, that being Bailey, Beauvillier, and Nelson. Make them play some defense, right? That's what you want to do. You want to maybe make them play in their end. Boston had a fairly good first period on the road. The road period, they come out 1-0, and that's always good to be tied or ahead on the road. But they found a way to enter the zone. I wouldn't say easily, but they found a way to get themselves in there and get punched to the net. One resulted in a goal by Smith, but they had a number of other opportunities where I think they crossed the blue line and they got to the tops of the circles a lot easier than I think Barry Trotz would like. He would like to see maybe some defense a little bit quicker and the gap a little tighter so Boston can enter the zone as easily. Beauvillier works his way into the Bruins' hand. They'll dump it off back to the goal. Just out of reach of Nelson as Taylor Hall goes out. Field will kick it back. Brandon Carlo is there. He's met, and the puck gets lifted out. Krejci can't catch up to it. Mayfield back on it. That's deflected in, and Taylor Hall will regroup for Boston. Hall did not have a point in Game 2 that snapped his 5-game point streak and 4-game goal streak. Carlo sends it around to Mike Riley.
Come on, New York.
That puck gets flipped down.
No, we don't want the puck on that side of the ice. Get to their side.
It's time to go back and get it. There comes Letty. Lays it off for Barzell. Barzell checks up.
Oh!
Down by Carlo coming in. Could get the shot. And
Man,
Brusco hand it off. Back the other way comes Richie. Feeds it over to Charlie Coyle. Hopped over his stick. Coyle kept it in though. He'll hand it off on the wing. Krejci with a check that Grizzly with a shot that missed. And he'll come back to center and all the way to the Western zone as McAvoy has to settle it down to Barzell right on him.
Cheek roll, it back, hands on,
back for Grizzly. Works his way in.
What's
Take
that
a look
one
with
there?
Everly. The Brusque there as well. And it's knocked out in a diving play by Jordan Everly. Charlie Coyle right back in with it. Feeds it across. Quick tip pass. Or the other way.
Ooh, Boston has come dangerously close.
Cizikas will lead it out.
Shake
Right off for
88.
Noah Dobson. Throws it on net. Rask steered that one aside. Now spinning with it. Cizikas.
Is that Denzel Curry? No.
What's
What's his name?
Martin into the corner from Clutterbuck.
Oh, Denzel Curry. I was
Off to
correct.
Cizikas. Got away from him. He chases it down. Now Martin will let it go. In for the point is Mayfield trying to get it to the net. Doesn't make it there. And the Bruins get it out. Corrali. Back down the way with it. Sean Corrali. Letty trying to hold it there. Lazard dug it out. Corrali's on it. Bounce pass off the boards to the point. Shot towards the net by Lozon. Doesn't make it through. Now here's Clifton with a drive off the leg of Letty in front. Lozon checked by Clutterbuck. Mayfield taking his time with it. Being watched by
Vibe
Whitmer in
to the
front.
front. What does that even mean?
Really important to make sure everyone's in the right place as you have your controlled breakout. When you're stopped behind the net like Mayfield was there, just take an extra second. Make sure everyone's swinging in the right places so that you can get out with 1 or 2 passes and not have any issues. Good job by Mayfield to just take a pause.
That'll be an icing call against Boston.
Well, the shots are 8-5 for the Islanders, so we've got 13 shots in a period in about 4 minutes, and this is because both these teams think defense first. As we look at the solid hit right there by Carlo on Barzal, being hard on the other team's good players. And then we talk about Casey Zizekas, scoring the goals 47 games apart.
I never knew all those
It
holes.
doesn't really matter to him. He plays
in
the same
the,
on every single shift.
in like
And
the
you know when
glass
you're playing
were
against him, he's going to play the body.
for
and
cameras.
takes him out
I
hard.
didn't know that.
Here's Pullard. Shot towards the net. Blocked in front, and Bergeron will try to spring his man up the middle and unable to settle it down and get it to go was Marchand.
Nice play by Pellick there. He's made a couple of real nice plays on Brad Marchand. He's a
I caught
slippery
you.
guy.
I
He
caught
can
you.
get through those in the middle of the ice pretty good. Nice job by the Bruins to stretch him out.
Bergeron drops it back. Quick shot by Marchand blocked. It's turned back.
Yes, yes, yes.
He'll hand it off for Pajot.
Go Islanders.
By Pasternak into the corner.
Oh,
Goes
hi,
Sinjak to
baby.
try and get it with Riley in there. And it's Kyle Palmieri that comes out with it. Sinjak trying to work it back to the net. Broken up by Riley. Andy Green can't hold the zone, and the Bruins clear it. Mayfield tries to get away from Bergeron. Got it in the Boston zone. Ball is there, and they'll clear it right
Who's
back
my
down
cat?
the ice. That'll be another racing call against Boston.
And this is all about not wanting to put the puck in risky places. And if you don't, you'll take some.
Islanders have more shots.
No
Oh,
sense trying
oh
to
my
force the
god.
puck into a close
Honey, you're
contained
drunk, you
area
can't walk.
that could turn a puck over and transition right back at you. Both these teams are extremely
can't walk,
patient.
bud. You're
and
a
when
mess.
you talk about the Islanders that bend
I
the
love
boat
you,
for
but
a
you're a
team, they'll sit
complete
here
utter mess.
for a
Here,
good portion of this
come
game
here.
if they need to, and they'll hope to get their goal at some point.
Oh God, I
even
don't
if it
even
means
know if
late.
I can
They're
do
very
this.
patient, these teams. They're
Without,
not going
like,
to panic and
showing
open
my
things
foot.
up.
Brock Nelson. Makes
Oh,
the
I
run.
did it.
It's Krejci. Krejci won it. It's flipped and left it back to Riley. Lost a handle on it. Bailey jumps on it.
I did it.
Josh Bailey played it off into the corner. Thrown towards the net by Pellick. Nelson couldn't get it to settle down. Connor Clifton, not there for over 2 minutes, will poke it to center, and Craig Smith will help it in the rest of the way. Varlamov
Hey,
turn it over. Oh, try to put it in front, but off a skate nearly in the net. Nelson will bat it in. Grizzly hands it out for
Oh, you're
Krejci.
purring.
Now it's brought on by McAvoy. He'll dump it in.
15 minutes left in the second.
Up on the wing, and Andy Green will get to center and dump it right back in.
I like the way that Grizzly plays. Nice exits out of the zone. 1 passes.
Komarov hands it off for the turnover from Raz. Green with a shot that got blocked. Green diving, great play to keep it in. Barzal goes after it. Grizzly watching him. Down goes Barzal. Coyle tangled up with Komarov. It comes loose. Simmerly trying to go to the net. And Jordan Everly will flip it back for Barzal.
Islanders.
Circling. Coyle sticks with Barzal. Ritchie flips it up. Held in at the line by Thompson. Everly going after it. McAvoy trying to move it away. And it's knocked down, and DeBrusque will skate it up. Slides it across. Ritchie for Coyle with a chance.
Ooh.
Just missed the net. And Barzal.
Boston, I'm
back
shocked
to
that
the
Boston
Islanders.
missed that one.
And Barzal on his own little drop pass for Letty. Letty trying to turn away from Coyle. Martin for Barzal. Back across. Mayfield in with a chance, and that one's deflected away.
There are so many people there.
Barzal right on him. In comes Martin with a hit. And the Bruins get it out. But it's Clutterbuck that'll play it right back in. Clifton after the puck. Takes another hit.
Good girl. Oh my goodness.
Checked by Pellick. Mayfield off the glass.
Pardon me.
And Martin will clear it to center. And Lazar saw Zizekas coming at the last second and just dodged him. And just like that, the identity line throws their weight around and the building's electrified again.
This crowd has not had a lot to get off their seats about. It's been a fairly tight checking affair. Boston scored early, and they're just sitting right here on that 1-0 lead, playing good solid defense. And the Islanders are being patient, but that line comes over the boards, and all of a sudden, 5 hits later.
Are you my baby?
And some chattering by the two benches in the crowd. It gets electrified. John, you and I, we know this, and it can get super loud.
Quick snapshot right on. Varlamov is got it, and he'll hold on.
Good, Islanders catching it. Nice.
Here in the second period is Mayfield.
Oh, they were fighting. Ooh, fighting. Ooh, they were fighting. Ooh. Dang, food basics. Oh! Is this the new, is this what I think it is? Food basics. Is this like... Is this the place that I think it is? Is this the place that I think it is? Oh, food basics. No. We're getting a new food store here. Oh, I don't know what it's called. It was going to where an old Safeway used to be. I deleted all my German friends from my phone. Now it's Hans. Preston! Preston! The jokes you have are so good. I don't even know where you find these. Cause like even if I look online, I can't find any of it. That we're showing the Tokyo Games with like the neon lights and stuff. That looks like the not Bring Me the Horizon, the Falling in Reverse live shows that they had. It was great. Hey, what's going on? FG, what's going on? How you doing? We came from Lucia. Lucia's a sweetheart, yes. How you doing? Yeah, you are new here. I don't think I've seen you here before. Well, welcome. I'm Molly. Hi, nice to meet you. This is Monster Sports Entertainment. We be vibing out. Anyone new? Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if everybody hit the bell for notifications. Oh yeah, of course. I shout out anybody who comes on here. Anybody who comes on here and comments, I like shout them out. I usually shout them out. Whoever it is that comes on here. Obviously, unless they come on here, like, you know, being an asshole. And then I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here. You don't need any of that negativity. Thank you so much, AI. I appreciate that. Thank you.
At center ice, as McAvoy runs into Pajot. Body's starting to fly here in this game now. Taylor Hall goes after it.
Come on, let's go, Islanders.
Got some action.
We got some ill
Fight. I mean, I don't condone violence. Don't do that.
Threw their weight around.
Fight.
The Bruins are answering the bell here. They're saying, we'll go tit for tat. Pasternak is in the box. But there was a lot of physical action in a 30
Boston in the box.
Here's the
Freaking
hit.
nice.
Pellet comes. I think Pasternak sees him at the last minute and drops.
This might be good for us. This might be good for Islanders.
He gets right up right away.
Amazing game. Yeah, so far it's been alright.
Center ice on Pajot.
You love NHL. I've been having a new love for NHL. Like 2 years ago, it wasn't my favorite, but the more I watch it, the more I get into it, and the more I'm like, really, I'm Canadian, so I hope I like NHL, but I really like NFL. NFL is my favorite. NFL football is like my favorite. I love that. Football is amazing. It's the best.
You can feel the boys in the building starting to pick
But I
up
do
again.
really love myself some
Pollock
hockey.
will send it over to Bailey. Bailey back for Pollock. Takes the shot and
Oh!
and it's flipped up by Lazar. He'll try to catch up to
Come on, don't get...
Gets it away.
Islanders, don't let them get a goal on your power play. That's just embarrassing.
Wagner bumps into Pollock and a good check by Chris Wagner.
One thing about the Bruins penalty killing is they're not scared to go up the ice hard at you. They'll chase you down into the offensive zone if they think they can get the right angle.
And now it's Bailey that's on it. Bailey in front.
David
got the shot away.
Pasternak?
Bailey trying to get to it.
2 minutes for slashing.
Wade shoots. Blocked away by Rouse. Punched it right back to Leddy. Nick Leddy hands it off.
Oh, darn it.
Wide of the net and Pollock will settle it down. Trying to go back to Leddy and he got away from him. And down the ice. Bailey's shot was off the target and Islanders forced to reset in their own zone.
Like, fight, but don't actually... I don't condone that for legal reasons, but like... Please. I tell my parents hated me. My bath toys were a...
Goes to the side of the net. Mobilier will hand it off for Everly. Down to Pajot, worked it around for Barzell, tip to the point. Dobson, off for Everly. Side of the net, Pajot, Mobilier.
Oh! How the frig did he save that one?
Good patience by the Islanders.
BS.
Some really good plays. One seam play by Barzell that didn't work out, but it was a real nice seam play.
That's a dope helmet. That is.
In the slot. Pajot down
That's a
low,
badass helmet.
Everly, and it's got to be quick. You can't hold on to it. You can't. You got to dust
will
it
say
off
that.
and send it into the location. Look at McAvoy's stick. It cannot be in a better position.
The goalie
Good
for
job by Pajot.
Boston?
Through the crack there and put it right
Amazing.
on the Mobilier's stick. And what a
Yeah,
save
Preston,
by Rask.
I don't think those are good bass choices.
Shots on this Islanders power play. Dobson played it a quick shot right on by Barzell. Is handled by Tuukka
Keep
Rask.
saving every freaking one. Is that's not San Francisco. That is not the Golden Gate Bridge. I was like, why are they showing the Golden? That's not. That's just another cable bridge or whatever they call them. It's really a cable bridge like an hour from the town that I live in. Is that what they're called? Cable bridges? That sounds wrong. What are those bridges called? Suspension? No. Yeah? I don't know. I almost said, I don't know architecture. Was that right? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I make zero sense. It makes sense in my head, but when I say it out loud, I just sound really... I'm a third-year university student, by the way. Let me just tell you, my major is not English.
That was close.
Oh wow! Again, another commercial. As you can tell, oh, that man fell. Yeah, I'm a third-year university student, but I make zero sense most of the time. But I'm not an English major, so like I think I'm okay. What is my major? Do I have a major? I had to declare a major first year. I don't remember what I picked. First year I had to declare a major. It was like, declare your major now at student accessibility or whatever it was. And I was like, I don't remember what I chose. Technically I can say that I'm pre-med and then it sounds like way more fancier. I'm a nursing student. Third year. Going into third year. But I can technically say, like, I'm a nursing student. I could be like, I'm a nursing student, but also pre-med. And then it makes me sound, like, really smart. I don't even know if I'm gonna go into med school. That's hard. Maybe a nurse practitioner at some point. Might go back to school for, like, 3 years, you know? Or I might keep my sanity and not do that. One of the two. But as a nurse, you won't have a whole lot of sanity. So, like, might as well get rid of all your sanity. And get paid more. How much do nurse practitioners make? I think they make like $45, I think. Wow, I type fast. Come here.
Nelson line. That line has been really effective for the Islanders.
Oh, AI! I don't know if you're still here, AI, but if you are, this is my cat. Oh, you're soaking wet from the water you just drank. Honey. Honey, you're soaked.
Taylor Hall slides along the blue line. Krejci follows up, got the shot. Barone off with a stop. And Riley checked by Clutterbuck. Cizikas now trying to work over Smith as it comes back to the point. Here's Carlo throwing it towards the net and a miss. Frank Smith back on it.
Oh,
Shot towards the net. A long off kick that one.
Hi, BB.
Nick Leddy up to the puck. They'll get it up for Martin, and Matt Martin will lift it in. Carlo takes the hit from Martin as the Bruins ice it.
Bruins icing,
left
nice.
in the second period, and the Boston Bruins have 9 shots. That is it. But they have struck once, and they lead this game 1-0. 22 shots in total, but there has not been a lot of morsels to grab. And anytime there is a morsel, it seems like someone's making a great defensive play around the net, and they just can't get to a puck enough to finish it off. Carlo trying to get away from Barzell. Got it back
Still
to the
has
point.
like grease in it.
Goes
It smells
wide.
like,
Here comes Barzell.
you smell like movie
Feed it
popcorn.
back across. Noah Thompson
We haven't
is
even
up.
had movie popcorn. Why do you smell like popcorn?
Komarov. Pop with a puck in front for Barzell. Couldn't get a stick on it. Knocked away as Pellick will keep it in deep. Everly back to the net. Bounce pass off the boards for Thompson. Trying to escape Hall. Komarov goes after it. Roll it back.
Like a trigger
Here's
spell.
Thompson over to Pellick. Back down for Everly. He's checked by Carlo Fanso like that. Barzell goes to the net. Right
Oh,
to the
close, come on.
Taylor Hall. Dodged the check
Oh,
from
that man
Martin,
loses stick.
and he looks hurt. I like the fact that Barzell took it to the net. He drove hard out to the net as
Is he okay?
Komarov heads to the bench, and he'll get a breather here. The trainers will come down and have a look at it. Looks like he's going to be okay. But I love this drive out. This is what we got to see more from Matthew Barzell. And again, I mentioned, every time someone gets a good opportunity,
Oh, we got
to make a
freaking
play,
jammed into
Riley
the
comes in
board.
and makes a good defensive play on Barzell there and just thwarts him at the end of that as we see Komarov take a run at Taylor Hall.
It's like a
and
bowl
Taylor
cut. I gotta
Hall
like
saw
do
him and he missed
this
him, and it looks like he
and
kinda
then
jammed
cut
himself
it, so
into
then
the
at
boards
least
there.
it like goes down in like
Everly
layers.
also, Carlo taking him hard into the boards. These two teams are really laying it on one another. There's Marchand with it. Got it back to the point. Grizzly will hand it off, but it's broken up. Pellick got it to center. Pasternak at the line, stopped as Sajak left it. Brought in by Palmieri. Nifty move.
Come on, come on! Oh my gosh, how the frick did that not go in?
Picked up now by Pajot, and his pass will come out of
How did
the
that
zone.
not go in?
Forced to bring it right back in. Sajak on a break in front.
No, oh, what the
Right
frick?
just in time.
What kind of wizard?
Pasternak will lift it high in the air and get it down the ice.
Man's a wizard. Man's a wizard.
Bullock skates into center. Kicking it by Lazar. Mobilier follows up. He stopped at the line. And now it is brought back in. Here's
No.
Nelson. Dumping it around the boards. Mobilier goes after it as he hands it up for Bailey. Trying to go back for Mobilier. Broken up, and Wagner will lead it out for Boston. Wagner to the line. Lost the handle on it. Brock Nelson back the other way with Bailey. Well, tip pass for Bailey as he gets it in the zone, but doesn't get very deep. And Lazar will turn it back for the Bruins. Mobilier up to the point. Got by Clifton. Brock Nelson trying to get around his man. Can't
Oh
do it.
no. Oh, the
Here's
hiccups again.
Thompson. Off for Green.
Oh.
Connor Clifton.
Oh god.
Laid it out to center. Bruins on the attack. Here comes Smith. Into the skates of Hall. Checks up. Beats it across. Oh, a great save by AMYAMOR. Off of Krejci. Clutterbuck. Back the other way. He'll shoot. That one missed. Kyle Clutterbuck just ringed it wide on the short side. Here's Martin with it. Throws it back to the point. Mayfield fakes a shot, played it for Liddy, and it just came out at the blue line, and it's offside.
Commercial break. I need to get rid of these oh God. Hey Drew, what's going on, Drew? How you doing, Drew? How you been? I got the hiccups. Ignore that. It's kind of hard to ignore. Oh God, my stomach. Oh, I hate that noise. You can feel like you're... Ew! You can feel like the water in your stomach splashing around and hear it. Let's hope my hiccups stop. They stopped earlier when my dad scared me and I was like, bless. Then they came back. How's everyone doing today? Damn. Hold on. Hello, everybody. You would never guess that English was my first language. I don't even have a second language. I can't even get confused. Hello everybody, welcome. I'm your host Molly. Hi. Smash that thumbs up and on your way in. Subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. I want to try the BTS sauce. Like, what is so special about it? Like, I don't understand what's so special about it. Personally, people are selling the bags and stuff online, and I'm like, that's incredible.
Weeknights at 8 p.m. Eastern on CBC News Network.
Well, the one thing is you showed those saves going to break, and there's our goal scorer, the only one of the night. He scored fairly early in the game, about 5-6 minutes in. Is that when you haven't had a lot of shots like Varlamov, and you'd only had, we talked about 7, 8, 9 shots, and finally just got his 10th. I mean, it's not like you're moving around and making saves. And goalies, and we listen to goalies talk, they like to feel a number of pucks to feel like they're in the game and get warm. I mean, that's a heck of a save he just made on the one-timer off the pass.
Oh, I have an appointment tomorrow.
That was only his
That's what's going on tomorrow. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Komarov, Jefferson here before
like,
the face-off.
I was like, I have all day to do this and that.
They continue in a battle as the Bruins are back on the puck. Brandon Carlo with it. Got it into the Islanders zone, and Mayfield stops, turned it back. Smith was there in the corner to take it away. Taylor Hall throws it up to the point. Here's Riley with a shot, tip. Varlamov to stop Smith with a whack at it, and Varlamov came up with a save there. Here's Carlo, handing it out for Riley. Feeds it back.
No,
The drive by Smith is over the net. Mayfield on the bouncing puck will knock it ahead for Komarov. Barzell into the Bruins zone, trying to drive it in. He's forced wide on a good stick by Carlo. Barzell gets it back, trying to go to the point for Pellick, but Pasternak will take it away. Now lost it to Pellick. Adam Pellick turns back and puts it off the glass into the Bruins end. Riley, little reverse. Carlo at the stop to go back to get it.
Well, we just saw one at the other end and almost led to a goal. I mean, normally a reverse is something your partner calls for and he's ready for.
I don't have to work tomorrow, so I'm in a great mood. I bet, Drew. I freaking bet.
When you throw one backwards and he's not ready for it.
Just get to relax the rest of the night and not have to worry about tomorrow. What is recording right now?
Hands it up for Green.
It's Thursday. What the frick is recording?
Mitchell trying to catch up to it. Marchand was there, but it's Bergeron that's got it. Patrice Bergeron will flip it into the Islanders zone.
Is Clarice recording?
Out of the wing. It's Sajak for Pajot. He's in. High shot knocked down by the grass. Back to the line. Green with it. He'll feed it across. Brock Wilson trying to foul his way to the net. Pavillier up with a puck. Pavillier over to Mayfield. Took it off the heel of the stick. Played it down for Sajak and Brock Wilson with a shot. And Grizzlick was in the way of that one. Pavillier trying to move it. Grizzlick up with a puck. He'll take his time with it. Sends it over to Bergeron. Patrice Bergeron across center and lifted in. Here's Mayfield. Long
Oh,
pass.
paranormal.
Anderson got a piece of it. Connor
Sweet.
Clifton loops his own net.
New episode of Clarice. Yes.
Sent back in by Richie. Eddie Green after the puck for the Islanders. Thrown in front.
Come on, no. Yes, good, no.
Off the stick of Nick Ritchie.
No.
Clifton.
Don't let that puck go in that net. Go in the other net.
Drops it back. Here's a chance for Lozon. Varlamov makes a save and he holds on.
Dang, nice save by Islanders.
And now a message from Sports Interaction.
Dang. Also, the tickets? The playoff tickets are so incredibly expensive. In Canadian dollars, it's like over $1,000 for one ticket. Let's see. Hey Siri. 1,500 Canadian dollars in US dollars. 930? I don't know.
$1,500 is $1,238 US dollars and 38 cents.
Still over $1,000 in US dollars for a ticket to go see a hockey game in Canada.
Now Martin lays the body out on Ritchie. Boyle in there looking for it. Clutterbuck as well. Sits free in their skates. Zizekas pulls it out. He'll roll it around as DeBrusk is waiting for it. Check by Lee, and the puck will come to center as Martin is there to turn and fire it right.
Give me a damn heart attack, boy.
Here's Cora. Off the boards and into the Islanders.
Let's go, Islanders. Give me a heart attack.
Hand it off to Ryan Pulock.
I hope they're gone for good now, though. I hope my hiccups are gone for good now.
He's got to turn it his own.
No, put your cup upside down.
Now moves it ahead.
Dad, put it upside down on the rack thing.
Kicked out by Varlamov, and the puck will come back to center. McAvoy has to hand it off to Grissom.
Yeah, you filled it up, but you put it back.
McAvoy backs him up to get it up.
Dad, no, stop.
Varlamov pokes it into the corner. Pulock is there. Up the boards, and out is Komarov lost it at center.
What?
Everly trying to find it, but
Oh, okay.
step up on the play and he'll lift it in.
I thought you were going to put water in it to spite me, and I was like, what? What's happening?
Another pucks you got to get deep for the Islanders because you slap it in, it doesn't get by the tops of the circles. You got to get your line change in, and before you can get on the ice, they're coming back at you. So you got to get those pucks a little bit deeper.
Palmieri after the puck. Sajak in there as well. Final minute of play here in the second. Riley will get away from Sajak. Up for Smith, brought in by Krejci. Goes back to the point. Riley hands it up.
It's Jiffy peanut butter, it's not Jif.
Cajot will jump on the loose puck and trying to get it
I
up
don't care what anyone says. It's not Jif. It's Jiffy. It says Jif, but it's always been Jiffy. I've always remembered it being Jiffy, and apparently it's not. But I just call it Jiffy because it makes more sense to me. And I like it that way. What? Nope, that is how I will call it. Because I like it that way. Oh, that's probably why. Then there's also Skippy.
And that'll do it for period.
That is the end of the second period. Now we're going to the second intermission. Whoop whoop. Drew, the price of tickets is insane. Facts. I will say it is a better experience if you're at the game. But even comes with a ticket that will cost anyway. Yeah. What a ticket will cost anyways. Yeah, right. I don't even know. Probably because of the pandemic. So it's probably way up higher because people have a higher demand. So since there's a higher demand for the product, they jack up the price, you know? Probably why. such high demand for people to like get out and like do something normal. So they're like, let's just jack up the prices. And people go. People go. People pay it. So they're going to keep doing that because people pay it. Oh. Apple original? Yo, I'll be playing too much. That's too much money. I'm not paying that much money per month for something that I'll watch one time. Yeah, so they just jack up the prices and they're like, yep, this is it. We ordered Pizza Hut pizza, and I want to see what they emailed me back. Yo, I went full out, man. I was like, tell us about your Pizza Hut. Actually, no. I want to see if it's in maybe my junk mail. No, it's not. That is so funny. So Pizza Hut, like, horrible service. Like, when I tell you it was an absolute show with their service. Like, it was so bad. Like, it was terrible. Like, so much went wrong. It was so long to get the pizza. We ordered 2 pizzas. 2 medium pizzas. Okay? We ordered 2 medium pizzas. And we're like, okay. And I look at the time that it says it's going to be delivered. And it said like 40 minutes. So I was like, that's usually what it's like. That's usually what happens. It's usually 40 minutes to get a pizza. So I hop in the shower quick. I get out of the shower. I get dressed or whatever. And then I get a text on my phone from the delivery driver saying, yeah, I'm outside. And I said, oh, just come in and buzz the number and I'll let you in. And he's like, oh, no, we're not allowed to come up because of the pandemic. And I'm like, all right, like, that's fine. Which is really weird because other times that I've ordered pizza from Pizza Hut, or anywhere else, they come right up to the door. And so some of the employees follow the policy. Some of the employees do not follow the policy of it. It's intermission. Do not follow the policy of not going into buildings and stuff. So I was like, all right, whatever. And so then I go downstairs and I pay. This man pulls out a medium pizza, wings, and a soft drink out of his little bag. And I'm like, I didn't order that. He was like, what? I said, I didn't order that. He's like, yeah, you did. And I'm like, no, I did not. I ordered 2 medium pizzas. I know what I ordered. Don't call me a liar, because I'm not lying. I did not order that. That's not my order. And he looked at the receipt and he said, oh my God. And I was like, yeah, it's not my order. So we had to go back to the store to get change because he overcharged me. So then he had to go back to the store and get his change, right? Go back to the store, get the change. 20 minutes later, another delivery driver comes and says, I don't know what's going on. I just got a call from the manager. The manager's saying whatever. So now I'm here with your pizza. And I was like, that's weird. I don't know what's going on. So then this other delivery driver comes with my pizza and says the other delivery driver, the original delivery driver, is going to come and give me the money back. And I was like, all right. And he goes. And then like 10 minutes later, I finally get my money back. And I was like, Lord, that's a mess. Because at first I was like, oh, I'll give him, I was like, oh, okay, give him a tip. All right, yeah. And then afterwards I was like, how in the world did y'all not get the right order? I'm like, how did you guys not get the right order? It says on the receipt, my address. How did you look at the receipt, look at the wrong address, and then say, this is the right one. This is the right place to go. And he even looked at the address and he said, oh yeah, this is the address. And I was like, how did you get here? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, how did you get here? How did you have my phone number if you had the wrong receipt, the wrong person on the receipt, the wrong address on the receipt? How in the world are you like, what happened? I don't even know what happened. So all that stuff goes down. I was like, oh my Lord. And having like different drivers coming at me. I'm like, Lord. I was like, that was a mess. And the delivery drivers were freaking all confused. And like with like I'm like stuff like if something goes wrong with Domino's will always throw in something for free. I've noticed they'll throw in something, whether it's small or not. They'll throw in something for free. And then Pizza Hut was like, "Hey, we just made you wait an hour and a half to get your pizza, and we messed it up 3 times." And we're not gonna do anything about it though. I'm like, at least like give us like a free 2-liter or give us like a free dessert or something. Like a free small little dessert or something. No, they were just like, F you guys, take your pizza and go. And I was like, I was so upset. Trying to take my damn tip too. And I was like, I want my tip back, bitch. Give it back to me. He like, wouldn't give it back to me. And I was like, bro. Yo. It was whack. Anyways. So that's why I don't order from Boston. That's why I don't, and that is why I don't, like, order from Pizza Hut. Absolutely, people certainly are eager to get to an event again, exactly, and people will take advantage of that. 100% correct. I have heard people say that they would pay $5,000 just to go to, like, Duluth, which is 4 hours away. Which would normally cost like maybe $1,000. They're like, I would pay $5,000 if I could go to the United States right now, like just to get there. I expect no deliveries and fast food drive-thrus to ever get anything right. Facts. I'm never totally disappointed anymore. Little faith in humanity, getting what I paid for. Exactly. My friend, every single time we will go in, oh, what's this? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There's a new Conjuring movie coming out. There's a new Conjuring movie coming out. July 4th. Yes. I'm hyped. Yes. Anyways, yeah, I'll go with my friend to get food. And he's like, well, why do you always check it all the time? I'm like, because I always mess it up. And he's like, yeah, but every single time that we have checked, they've never messed it up. And I'm like, the one time I don't check, they're gonna mess it up. I'm like, I need to check. I need to look. I can't remember the last time I got food delivered. I'm not a believer in tip it either in that department. I tip, but if I'm going to pick up the food, I don't tip. You know, unless it's like a small business or something, then I'm like, here's like a tip, because I know that small businesses don't always do the best, and I'm like, I'll give you like $2 tip, like, you know what I mean? But if it's like forget it, like if it's like a chain restaurant, I'm like, y'all $1 billion company. Oh no, wait, then we tipping the person. It just depends. It depends on the service, and it depends how well the person treats me, you know? Just like if I'm in a cab ride and the person is being a complete asshole, I'm not gonna tip the cab driver as much as I would a driver who's being like really nice and really friendly and stuff like that, you know? But I was like, jeez. Oh yeah, me writing a little complaint, because they said they sent a survey and saying, hey, give us a survey on how your customer experience went. And I was upset at this time, so I was like, I'm doing it. I'm putting in the survey. And it's not being a Karen, because the Karens go against, not all Karens, but like, you know what Karens I'm talking about. Go to the innocent people. They prey on the innocent. I was like, y'all service was and that's just how I feel. I just feel your service was trash. And rightfully so trash. I talked to multiple people about it, and they were like, what the frig? That you got real bad service. And I'm like, yes, I did. I really did. Man shows up with the whole wrong order. I was like, I did an order of wings. He's like, what? I was like, where's my pizza? He's like, oh, this is your order. Then he's like, yeah, it's your order. No, it's not. I know what I ordered. And it was not wings. 2 pizzas. Anyways, that's the end of that. I've had my fair share of bad customer service, especially like at the McDonald's that's like right here. The drive-through staff. Either the drive-through staff is like sweet and nice, or the drive-through staff is like so bitter and mad. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, me and my friend will go through the McDonald's drive-thru, and either there'll be people working there, because usually whenever I see people working there, it's usually like females, right? Or theys. Don't come at me. But they'll be like, yeah. Okay, so this is your total. Are you gonna be paying with debit or credit? Debit? Okay. Then they'll hand it over, and they'll be like, alright, just drive up to the next window. Thank you very much. Have a good day. And I'm like, see? Yes. That's the service that I want. Not someone at the drive-thru doing this. Closing the window and going back to the little touchscreen computer. I'm like, what's the total? Can you tell me what the total is? I'm using debit. Why are you putting something out for cash? I'm using debit. Don't put your hand out like this to me. I'm using debit. Or there was this one time where, it's intermission by the way, nothing's happening, and someone said, I was talking to somebody, like, and I said, I'm using debit. And they said, what? And I held up the card, and I went, debit. I'm using a debit card. And they were like, what? And I was like, I swear to you, Lord. I swear to you. It was like this It was like this like really like preppy blonde girl. And she was like, what? I'm like, debit. I'm holding it up. I'm showing you I have a card in my hand. And you can see it. I'm using debit. And she was like, oh, okay. And then she just puts it in. And I was like, how did you get a job? Or the new COVID rules. Drunk ass Mr. Miyagi outside. Going to get a bonsai tree up his ass from me soon. Little late fuck. Oh my gosh, Lord. There's this one time I was at a grocery store that I go to. I've been going to that grocery store for over a year now, and I've shopped there frequently, and I am a frequent customer at that one grocery store. Right? I've had friends that have worked there who are in my program. And I don't know what was up this one girl's ass, but I have my card. And it does sound like a drunk Mr. Miyagi. You were totally 100% correct on that one. And, you know, if someone is at a cash register, and they look at you, and they have disinfected everything, you know, like they do, they disinfect the whole belt, and the person was done with their groceries, and they disinfected their side. And the person walked away. So that's an empty lane, right? There's a huge lineup behind me. And the person goes like this. The cashier goes. Gives you a nod. When you're looking at them in the eyes. What does that mean? When they go. So I moved up because it's so loud that even if they said something, I couldn't hear them. So I start moving up, right? And then she says, no, get back. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, I'm about to fight someone. Also, it was that time of the month. So I was so upset already. Emotions running high. You know how us females get on our period. Don't lie if you are a female out there watching this and you're saying, I'm like, perfect. I do not get you get emotional on your period. Don't lie. We all do. Anyways, I was so upset, and all of a sudden she's like, get back. I didn't call you up. And I was like, oh, sorry. I thought you called me up. So I just moved back, and I'm like, Lord, if I had nothing to lose. But I just kept my mouth shut. And then as soon as I got back into the line, she said, now you can come up. You have to wait for me. What kind of power trip are you on, lady? There was a long ass line behind me. I went up and you just took like way too much extra time to tell me to back up 2 feet to tell me now you can come because I said you can. And I was like, don't come to work. Don't be working here. If you cannot, anyways, I was so upset. I was like, I swear to you, I was like, ooh. And then I said, can I please have some bags? Can I have 5 bags, please? And she said, yeah, for sure. She scans me through. And she walks away. She just walks away. She doesn't give me bags. None of that.
Out to center, and here comes Buck
she just
Wilson with it.
walks away. I was so upset. And I was like, I was so upset. I was like, can I please have some
and it creates
bags?
some break for the Bruins. Taylor Hall trying to go to the net.
Damn.
And he still has the puck, hands it off. And that shot by Mike Riley was
Man, I got places to be.
One of the things through the playoffs I've
Billy.
That
is correct. How you doing, Billy? What's going on? How you doing?
And Taylor Hall just
How you doing, Billy? I'm Molly.
And so I'm
Hi.
wondering if he's
Nice
got
to meet
something
you.
nagging him, and that creates his scoring chance at the net. But
Karens
Taylor
get
Hall
caught in their
took his
feels.
heels, boy, and
Facts.
he was gone. And unfortunately,
I
he
don't
tried
know
to
you
make
bashed
the
me
drop
over the
pass
food
into
I
the
was
slot.
buying. As
I
if
think
it
if you
was
had
the
to do
food
it
I was
over
going to
again,
survive
maybe
on for the
put
coming
it to the
week.
net,
LOL. She got
go
an
to the net.
earful from me.
There wasn't a lot of
Good.
room to make a drop pass there.
Taylor Hall clocked at
Or when someone like bashes you for buying meat and they're like, you know, you shouldn't be eating that. They give you like a whole speech. It's like, I'm gonna eat this bacon.
Swung the stick out and
I'm gonna eat this
able to
food.
stop the puck.
That's a far cry.
You can be
from the
vegan, you can be vegetarian.
41.4 kilometers.
You do what you want, and I'm gonna do what I want.
You got a
We're in the States for this.
good job, John.
Good.
Good on you. You could make the change that
No, I'm gonna eat this beef. I don't care. I'm gonna eat this hamburger.
And Varlamov, you know, he's a guy that started the playoffs and couldn't play in game one, and some kind of injury forced.
Ooh, that was a good
forced
save
him
by
out. And
Islanders.
when he came in, he didn't look particularly sharp. Sorokin went back in. And this guy had a Vezina-type season. He wasn't nominated for the Vezina,
Robin
but
Dubova.
he had a real solid Vezina-like season.
I just had a little bit
He's
of a
had
rant
a
about
pretty
horrible
sharp
customer
year tonight,
service.
and
I'm good now,
especially
though.
he didn't have many
I feel
shots
so
early.
much
He's got
better.
20. Boston's starting to load up the
Anyway.
shots.
It's about 37 and a half kilometers an hour, by the way.
So still four kilometers off of the game.
And that's factoring in the exchange rate today. Varlamov will grab that one and hold on. He's been good in this game tonight for the Islanders.
He has been, and good on him. One goes in on him early, and it was a nice shot by Smith, top shelf. But other than that, he's kept his cleats pretty clean. He's tracked the puck fantastic. There's a few that have come through traffic, and the one that sticks in my head, and here he's using his poke check coming out. The one that sticks
Watching
in
live on my
head is the one
TV.
that
Nice,
Krejci-
me
The
too.
one that went from Hall to Krejci, he was right there waiting for it when Krejci fired it.
Here's Riley holding on, trying to find an open lane. Got it through, and too many bodies in front traffic, and now a penalty. And it'll be a high stick right in front of the net as Coyle was clipped.
You know, it's amazing. When you try to find blood, it's like everyone reaching, scratching, pulling. There's got to be blood there somewhere. Here's the high
Oh my gosh.
hits Green, and then when Green
Boston
goes
has
to
been
help
so close.
box
Yo,
out
that
Coyle,
man just get
the stick
freaking
comes up and catches him.
knocked in the mouth. Oh yeah.
And you'll see it right
Lots of
there.
sticks
rip
to the
across
face this
little
game.
Face wash with the end of the blade. And Green will go to the box with the Boston Bruins power play, which has been pretty efficient in the playoffs, and is 3 for 4 in the series. 75% is pretty good, and they get the perfection line out there, and that high
looks like a
slot
butt.
one-timer shot that they find with Bergeron is one they really like.
Looks like a butt. Cool. That was a butt, man.
Bruins win the draw, now they'll set it up. Krejci. off the
Power play for
backboard.
Boston. This is not going to be good
One
for the
time,
Islanders.
and Pasternak missed. Krejci. Back again. McAvoy shot. Stopped by Varlamov in front of the net.
Ooh.
Couldn't put it over his stick, and it comes up.
Bruins are shooting. I mean, Pasternak didn't even think about a pass. He let it rip. Krejci let it rip. Like, get pucks to the net, get traffic to the net.
Bergeron knocks it back. Here's Marchand with it. Side of the
I'm
goal.
stuck.
Pasternak can't jam it in. Puck by Varlamov. Bergeron trying to hold it there. Mayfield chops at it. Goes to the corner. Pellick after it. Played up around the boards. Pasternak knocked it
Hey,
down.
Billy. This is my cat, by the way.
Bergeron fires, and that one's wide.
Hi, Billy. This is my cat, Tripper.
Pasternak kept it in.
She
Goes
says
across
hi.
the cross. Krejci is on it. He'll settle it down. Bergeron shoots. Save made by Varlamov. Krejci back to the line.
Just
to the
hold off
side.
Boston for another 50 seconds.
Marchand for Krejci. In front for Marchand. Couldn't count.
Well, hold them off for the rest of the game. But I mean, like, especially for the next 30 seconds.
Off to Krejci.
40 seconds. Hi, buddy.
Krejci back for Pasternak. Shot tip by Marchand. Rolls wide. Peugeot. Hands it off. Clutterbuck has got it, and he'll send it to
Yes.
ice.
Really like the attack of the Bruins on that power play. Not a lot of passing.
That's like
They're
a
not
butt.
fooling around.
I like butts. It's okay.
They just get it to the net.
Riley kept it in. Was off the skate of Sajak, and it's broken up again and cleared. And that'll do it for the power play. The Bruins get 4 shots, but the Islanders hold strong. Riley with a backhand on net. Verlaine off the stop. He'll cover it up, hold on, and they'll rise to their feet here at the Coliseum.
Grab every bit of energy you can on the Islander bench out of those fans cheering your penalty killing on. The Bruins, a pretty good looking power play. I mentioned a lot of pucks got to the net. And Varlamov was up to the challenge. Absolutely.
Oh, you looking outside?
This is the one I'm talking about. They love to
there's a
play
bird's
Bergeron
nest up there.
on that high slot, top of circles. He hides himself away. And then Pasternak trying to come off the goal line, trying to fool Varlamov in the 5-hole. And Marchand trying to get inside the coverage of the Islanders.
16 minutes left in the game.
Job boxing out that line.
Ooh, Carolina Hurricanes are winning 2-1 with 5:30 left in the second.
As Nelson with him over the line. Bailey cuts to the middle, trying to drop it back for Pollock, and it was broken up. Josh Bailey back on it. Played it for Beauvillier. Sent around the boards. Pollock going after it. Got it in front. There's a chance.
Oh no!
They couldn't play
So
it.
close.
What an opportunity for Beauvillier.
I'm not sure if he was trying to wait him out and let him get fully down before he tried to roof it or not.
He was so close.
He took some time to get that off.
Lifted back in. Varlamov will set it up.
Like the shots were 15-7 at one point. Now it's 26-15 for the Boston Bruins. They are unloading on the Islanders now. And the Islanders have bent, but they're not breaking, and that's got to be their motto. They do it so often here in the playoffs.
Here's Green getting it back to center. Grizzlick inside his own line. Up for Wagner, and he'll dump it in. Pirelli after it. Checked by Komarov. Dobson will throw it around the boards, and it's knocked out by Sajak. Grizzlick cut off at center. Sajak brings it in, drops it. Oh, the big drive.
Oh, no.
Kicked up by Rask.
I'll tell you, if Rask is nursing some sort of injury, it's hard to tell.
He's looking good tonight. Palmieri up with it. He's knocked down. And he's on the puck in the corner. Bergeron trying to take it away. He'll clear it off the glass, and it ends up in the seats.
Ooh, ended up in the
Crowd
seats.
doesn't like it.
Dang.
They thought there should have been a tripping call on Bergeron. And we'll have a look at this as he comes in and he stumbles and falls. And I tend to agree. I think that is something that should have been called. I understand it's not tripping in the sense, but he does definitely pull him down. Look at that one-timer by Palmieri, that nice right leg save. How about this one? I think he's trying to wait and go back
Yeah, I gotta
across
fix
the other
your
way. He's
hair.
waiting
Oh
for
my
Rask to go down. I thought he was waiting to roof it, but he was looking to pass it back across. I think that's overthinking it. Get it to the net. You know, I mentioned that bend and not break. Through games 4 to 6, John, versus Pittsburgh, the Islanders were outshot 117 to 78. And they took that series down. We did that games in that series. We saw how Pittsburgh outplayed them for stretches where they were in their end for a long time, and they weathered it, and they weathered it, and they weathered it, and then eventually they just find their way back into it and they get it done. This is a team that, you know, they get a goal late in this one. They've got 3 overtime victories to their name here in the playoffs already. They're willing to take it like that. They don't get rattled. They just keep battling and battling.
Ooh, the sky looks pretty.
And that's a Barry Trotz team. That's what he loves about them.
Mayfield will dump it in. Brandon Carlo going after the puck. Checked by Clutterbuck. And now it's Mike Riley that'll get it up to center. Krejci will lift it in. Mayfield chasing it down. Played it up for Letty. Suzukas. Got it ahead, and it's rolled in by Martin. Here comes Clutterbuck going after it. Runs into Carlo, and that one shook him up. Carlo having a little trouble back behind the net. Brandon Carlo can't get back to his feet. Now the plane blowing down.
They kept whistling, and they freaking
sure
just kept going.
Exactly where he is right now, trying to collect.
Yeah, does he know where he is? Is that man alive?
That is the look of just
Is his nose
trying
broken?
to figure out where you are and if you're okay.
Oh, no,
Look at his face.
Yeah,
a
it looks
couple
like
marks.
It looks like he's completely out of it. No idea where he
A
is.
very hard hit. And I have a funny feeling his night is over.
That man's probably has a concussion. It's not a concussion, but like, damn.
As Brandon Carlo takes the hit from Cal Clutterbuck.
Oh! Damn! Yeah, no, he doesn't know where he
Trouble
is.
trying to get his footing afterwards.
Yeah, he has no idea where he is.
Okay.
Damn, that man got hit. Man got hit and his head like hit up against the glass and he just got like smushed up against it. And he went to go get up, and every single time he went to go get up, he physically could not stand. Oof. On Boston. Ooh. My goodness. Oof, hope the man's okay. Hello everybody, welcome to Monster Sports and Entertainment. I'm your host Molly. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up on your way in. Subscribe to everybody, hit the bell for notifications. The green screen's messing up. Again. Oof. But no, half the people who I see follow me on Instagram. Entertaining the world. What's going on? I'm Molly. Hi. What's going on? Entertaining the world.
He missed quite a bit of time.
Who do you want to win? I would like the Islanders to win. Personally.
The intentions of Cal Clutterbuck was not to injure Brandon Carlo.
How about you?
But you
How about you,
finish every
entertaining?
check hard when you try to
Who do you
wear
want
down
to
your
win?
opponent through a series.
18 and a half minutes of ice time tonight for Brandon Carlo. So the Bruins down to 5 defenses. Riley is on it, being watched by Komarov. McLeody stops at center.
And that's a guy who plays against the other team's top lines. I mean, he's got that big, long reach.
Here's a chance now. It's Krejci for Hall. And he misfired on the first shot. And by the time he had the second effort, Varlamov was there.
I'm sorry, the green screen gets like this after a while, and I can't fix it. You want Boston to win? Nice, nice.
Kick free back across as the Bruins skate at the center with Connor Clifton going after it himself. Takes the bump from Pollock. Marchand right in front. Pasternak the chance. Stopped by Varlamov, and Marchand couldn't get a piece of it as Pollock was swinging at it. Now Marchand ends up on top of Pollock in the corner. Two of them battle. Puck comes to the point. Throw it in front.
Oh, thank you, Entertaining the World. I truly do appreciate that. Thank you so much.
In there
Yes,
as well.
everyone subscribe. Who comes in here?
Now it is Palmieri.
Boston win? Nice, nice.
Ryan Pollock will skate it out at center. Down the wing. Tees it up right on. And Rask will make the save.
Well, the Bruins are out shooting the Islanders 10-2. And these aren't just shots. These are quality scoring chances that the Bruins are misfiring on, or the play of Semyon Varlamov has been really, really solid. So the Bruins cannot get that all-important next goal, the one that gets you up by 2 heading down the stretch in the third period. And Varlamov is the main reason why. They've also misfired on a few in tight. That may come back to bite them.
Nelson going after the puck. In comes Bailey to help out. But it's chipped away by Lazar. Morale can't get to center. Lazar follows up with it. Curtis Lazar dumps it out. Dobson bump. Morale trying to hit it. Robert on the tip. Shooting on it. It's right up against the goal post.
Dang.
Wagner Just couldn't stuff it in past the foot of Varlamov.
As the
Boston has been so close over and over again. Here's your fan favorites. Hazelnuts and French vanilla. French vanilla is better than hazelnut. Coffee to me. I was getting iced coffee soon. No. Maybe? I don't know. Tomorrow I gotta go grocery shopping. And I gotta wake up early tomorrow. As well. I have an appointment. And I just have to wake up early because I have to get modules done for work.
Angle up with Cizikas, and then Cizikas wrestles Coyle down. They're both back up and battling for it. Richie's got it. Swung it around. And it's tipped by Clifton and him. DeBrusca's here. He'll hand it off.
Ooh, Boys Critical's live. Freaking right.
Back into the
YouTube
zone.
night.
Varlamov
Nice.
can't touch it, so it'll sit free as Clutterbuck will try to get it out. And he will.
Tripper, what are you doing?
Martin down the wing, centering pass. Cizikas going to the net, couldn't get a stick on it. Richie back the other way. Hands it up for Charlie Coyle. Right back for Richie. He'll shoot. That's blocked for Varlamov. Gets the stop and then gets bumped on the play as it rolls around and is picked up by Pulock. Ryan Pulock. Up ahead. Here's Barzell coming in. Barzell with a hot shot up into the mask of Rask.
He's starting to shoot now. I like it. He's starting to open up and shoot, get pucks to the net.
Corrali knocks down Nick Leddy. And then Corrali will come up with a puck. Hands it across. McAvoy in front. Tipped by Lazar. And Varlamov made the stop. Pulock's stick is broken. He's without one as the Bruins keep it in. Here's Lozon shooting. Blocked by Pulock.
Ooh!
Following up with a play.
Whose stick is that? Someone pick up their stick!
And it's Eberle that'll lift it out.
Dude, pick up your
Boston
stick!
Bruins in this third period. Absolutely incredible the amount of traction their offense has gotten here.
Tripper!
It was
What
so
are you doing?
He disappeared in the first two periods, especially after the Smith goal. They hardly had anything to show for it offensively in the third.
Here's a drive to the point by Thompson block. Pellet shoots, that missed. Here's Thompson and it got away from him.
They are all over them in the third period here.
So the Islanders, if it follows the script of game two, has a right
10 minutes left in the third.
This is the bend and not break.
Series is
See what
tied.
Barry Trotz loves about this team.
Ignore the
He
crispiness
tells
in the
them other team's
background.
gonna do some good things. The other
Static.
team's gonna have some end zone play.
I like calling it the crispiness. I want some cereal.
Taylor Hall will move it
Damn,
up,
I'm
and
gonna have some
it's Richie
honey
to center.
bunch of oats type thing.
Brought in by Clifton. Connor Clifton. Island.
I don't know, I just looked at the cupboard and my brain said, and I just started craving cereal.
Bruins trying to set it up here. Grizzly will backhand it in away from Krejci, and it's grabbed by Mayfield. Right up for Zajac. He'll get it up. Taylor Hall with it. Hall brings it in over the line. Snapped on it, knocked down by Varlamov. They'll poke it
Nice
away.
save, nice save by the Islanders.
And it was right in front of Varlamov. He didn't see it there. Riley will move it over. McAvoy tries to go in and a penalty.
Was that Tripper?
Here will go to Josh
Tripping?
Bailey.
Sorry? Not Tripper, my cat's
They'll get
tripping.
called for tripping, and the Bruins will go
Tripping.
to the power play.
Bruins power play, it was tripping.
Semyon Varlamov trying to keep.
Oof. Islanders got tripping call. So now Boston gets a power play. Tripper, what are you doing? She used to have her food all the way up there at the very, very top above where all the cupboards are. So now she goes up there. Trying to find food. And there's no food up there. None. She keeps looking for food. People who can back a boat into the water is like insane. Oh my gosh, I just realized how crazy I sound whenever I speak because I'm watching a commercial which makes me think of things, then I say it out loud, but you guys are just like, how did you go from my cat's on top of the cupboard and wanting cereal to talk about boat backing in the water? That's how. 'Cause I see commercials. People who can back boats into water is honestly like so talented. People who just back up in general are so talented. I can't even back into a parking space. I did one time, but it was a handicap parking space. And those are much bigger. Is he yodeling again? Oh, there's a bunch of people sitting outside. That's why. I was like, what the frick? There's a bunch of people sitting outside in the little courtyard area. I was like, what's that noise? There's people sitting in the courtyard area. I heard one of them yodeling. I was like, who's yodeling? This sound like, it's not a horrible yodel. I'm not like a yodeling expert, but like, tight, cool.
For Semyon Varlamov.
Here's McAvoy with it. Lays it off to Pasternak, got it back. McAvoy sends it across as it's skated in by Krejci. Back to McAvoy. Over to Pasternak with a drive that's blocked. Krejci will pick it up. You watch by Pellick. Beats it back for McAvoy. Over to Krejci, side of the net. Marchand. For Krejci, back for Marchand. Mayfield trying to block McAvoy with a chance. Save made by Varlamov. Now they all fight for it. It comes to the corner, back to the point. Krejci looks to the net, he'll shoot, and Varlamov has got it. Don't miss the 2021 Inspire Awards, an evening to honor Indigenous excellence. Watch or listen June 22nd at 8 p.m., 8:30 in Newfoundland on CBC, CBC Gem, CBC Radio 1, and CBC Listen.
Well, the numbers creeped up to 34 now as Varlamov has been so solid here in the third period for the Islanders. The only reason why they are sitting here down 1-0 is because of number 40, the guy between the pipes. And the two power plays that Boston has had, and they're still got 1:17 left in this one, they've had 7 shots. And he has stopped every single one of them. Certainly their best penalty killer tonight. They've tried to force feed that one-timer by Pasternak a couple times. Mayfield's a big body, and he's been in front of it quite a bit.
Krejci will hand it off.
Trevor, but why do you have so much energy?
He watched by Pajot. David Krejci will drop it for McAvoy. Sent over. Marchand fires. Stopped by Varlamov. Marchand trying to play for Bergeron. Pajot got in the way. McAvoy kept it in at the line. Now he'll send it over.
Dang.
Pasternak ripped it over the net. McAvoy again holds his own. Krejci to Pasternak in front. That one goes through the crease. Marchand can't get to it. Play back for McAvoy. Moves to the middle. Takes a shot. That one missed. Krejci to McAvoy.
Boston with 35 seconds left on the power play.
It's Bergeron. In time. Marchand blocked in front by Pollock. And then Krejci fires. It's over the goal. Pollock got it around the boards. That one gets out. And now a race for it. Pajot jumps on it. Holds on, trying to drop it back for Zajac, and it'll be picked up at center by Pellick. He'll give it back to Mayfield and fire it all the way in. Another power play for Boston with 4 shots, and the Islanders hold them again.
Wow, Islanders able to hold off the Boston power plays again. Dang.
For Zajac. Back to the net, comes all the way around the boards. Thompson's there. Hands it off for Josh Bailey. Bailey in front, Clutterbuck with a chance. Grass trying to find it through traffic. Here's Pellick shooting, and that one missed.
Imagine if they scored the last second and it went into overtime.
Bruins get it back. Taylor Hall will get it out. Look for Zajac. He'll play it right back in. Rask left it. Charlie Cornell. Hands it up for Clifton. Up around the wing, Smith. Got it out as it just hopped away from Thompson. Turning with it is Brock Nelson. Nelson looks to the front. He'll play it across. Thompson shoots. Everly with a chance, and it's blocked. Reitner trying to clear it. He'll get it out. Nelson played it off the skate. Right back for Everly. He'll dump it in with under 6 to go. Barzell couldn't.
I don't know if Islanders are going to be able to get one in.
Pollock will get it in, cleared up by Lozon. Letting up for Palmieri. Deflects it in, Clifton going after it. Palmieri right on him. Barzell back to the point, Letty over to Pollock. Trying to throw it towards the net. Sticks wide, back to the goal.
Yes! Woo! Freaking right! Tying it up! Yes! Nice! Islanders able to tie it up! Score! New York! Woohoo!
They had them just where they wanted them. It's incredible how this team has hung on in this game, and they've done it before. The missed shot by Palmieri, and then everyone is coming towards the puck. Lazar, Clifton, everybody. The only one left on the backside is Wagner, as they both think the puck's on the other side. Now, I'm not
Nice,
sure why.
nice.
The first one doesn't go in. The second one doesn't go in. But the third push, I believe, is the one that does it. There's the second. There's the third one.
Oh yeah, he just pushed that right through his
He
pads.
takes it to the net. And he gets
Let's go,
rewarded.
Islanders.
And hopefully that big piano that's been sitting on his back rolls right off.
What a time to get his first of the playoffs. On just the fifth shot of the period on the New York Islanders. It's a 1-1 game. Marchand dropped it back. Grizzly throws it towards the net. Bergeron hands it on. Pasternak spinning in the corner. And Pelech on him. And Pelech will get it to center, and it's knocked in by Martin. Pat Martin going after Grizzly. Grizzly trying
Dang!
to Pasternak
All tied up. 1-1.
Suzuki is back to the point. Letty fires, and it goes wide. Clutterbuck comes up with it. They'll hand it off for Letty over to Mayfield. Takes a shot. It's off the leg in front. Pasternak trying to reach for it. Letty kept it in. Now it is skated out as McElroy will send it in the zone.
Look at all the fans. I love seeing that.
And listen to this crowd here on Long Island.
Charlie McAvoy could have taken one more step or used Krejci to help him get it into the zone, and then instead he takes an icing. How good does Matthew Barzell feel? He has finally showed up here for his team and gotten a big goal for them. The playoffs are all about second and third efforts, and that goal is a fitting example of that. He didn't
There are
get it on the
so
first
many
time, he
people
stuck with it
there.
on the
Oh
second
my
and third till he
gosh.
finally jammed it in. And the Islanders tie this up late in the third.
Haley trying to get to it. He'll knock it over onto the open boards. Beauvillier will settle it down. Anthony Beauvillier spins away from Krejci, poked it back to the line. Throw it in by Green. Sent back to the goal, and that one went off the skate as Nelson will try to track it down, and Riley will get it off the boards and out for Boston. Crowd of over 12,000 trying to will their team to a lead, and this time it's the Islanders that are called for icing.
Islanders icing call.
And now a message from CIBC.
A message from CIBC. I don't remember what CIBC means.
Ordered with one. Hopefully that just keeps continuing on.
Green knocks it around for Pollock. Off the boards as DeBrusque tries to get in the way. Green takes a hit back to the net from Boyle. Clifton will poke it around. Beverly up for Brock Nelson. At the line, it's knocked down and fired towards it. It's blocked in a break. It's Beauvillier with a chance. Stop by Rask. He only can do
Nice
the
stop by
backhand, and Rask
Boston.
made the stop. And everyone will gather in front of the Boston goal crease. A big block and a big break for Beauvillier, but
dang. I don't even know what's going on outside. Yeah. Oh my gosh, hi. You just forced your way in. She does that a lot. I'll have like my whole arm like right in the way and she'll find the smallest opening where my arm is and try to jump through it. One time I freaking elbowed her in the freaking dome. I was like, I'm so sorry. But that's not on me. You're the one, I was just sitting here. You came at me. What? What? What is it, baby? What are you looking at me like that for? What? What is it? That's like my nail. What? What? What is it, my lovely? Hi. What? She just came and she just sat on my lap. What is it, my love? You gonna do circle? Hey? You gonna do a little? Okay, you do your circle. You gonna sit down? You gonna do a little circle and sit down? Yeah? You gonna do your little circle and sit down? I'm wearing pants, by the way. You wanna do your little circle? Sit. You go sit down? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
The doors could have been blown off of this if not for Semyon Varlamov. And he kept them in there, and they have rewarded him with a goal late in the third.
Buckland's up in the bench and out of play.
Up on the bench and out of play.
Baking, travel, real estate. Whatever you're into, there's a show for you on CBC Gem.
I tell you, on that Anthony Beauvillier breakaway, Clifton does a marvelous job of keeping him to his backhand, not letting him bring the puck back into his forehand, and it makes it a little easier save to Rask. He's still got to make a save, but you know it's coming off a weaker backhand as opposed to him pulling it to his forehand to fire it.
What? Honey, you're falling asleep standing up.
Heading it out to center. Brought in now by Lazar. Turns, shoots, goes off the leg. Kicks back for Komarov. He'll play it up for Barzell. He's got some confidence now. Up for Everly. Takes a shot and it's stopped by Rask. Leo Komarov up with the puck. Back to the point. Pull up. Hands it off. Pellick will play it in for Barzell. Being lured forward by McAvoy. Down goes Barzell. McAvoy without his stick. Now carried up by Lozon to center. Wagner stays outside, moves on shot. Steered aside by Varlamov. Palmieri trying to play it. Wagner up with it. In comes Pellick. He goes over. Penalty coming up here though. Palmieri cross-checked by Sean Corrales.
Oh! The guy on Boston said, "Are you kidding me?" Oh, he's upset. Oh, he's mad he's going to the penalty box.
You gotta be so careful.
Yo, he is so pissed.
Wagner goes down hard from Pellick, and then this shove behind on Palmieri. And regardless of whether you think Palmieri goes down easy or not, you come in and you lay it across the back of the lower back.
Yep.
And he goes into the
That's
boards.
a penalty.
The referee's gonna make that call more often than not. And you know, it's just you gotta be careful when you're coming down
it's a
the short
penalty.
strokes of the game. And
Ooh.
the game is tightly contested
getting
as this one. And the New York Islanders will have 2 minutes.
Pretend I said spicy in Bill Hader's voice.
Or less to get the go-ahead goal here on the power play.
Oh, shit.
By Bergeron, the Bruins will clear it down the ice to start it off. And that's the key when you got a guy like Bergeron killing penalties, is he's so good in the face-off circle that he just blasts out 15-20 seconds getting it down the ice because he wins the draw. Kyle Palmieri will dump it in. Pollock rolled it back to the net. And it comes to Marchand, and he'll clear it down the ice. And you also have in the back of your mind how good Marchand and Bergeron are shorthanded, and they score a ton of shorthanded goals. So you've got to be careful. Here's Palmieri with it. Kyle Palmieri flips it back to the goal. Brock Nelson trying to come up with it. McAvoy there, taken away by Palmieri. Flipped it over to Bailey. Nick Leddy.
Come on, Islanders!
Fires his block. Comes to Bailey. Back for Leddy. To Pollock. He'll wait. Lazar watching in closely. Down for Palmieri.
120 left. Come on, come on.
And it's free. Leddy tees it up. Stopped by Rask.
You have almost the rest of the game on the power play.
Over his stick. Now they'll throw it across as Pollock catches up to it. Palmieri checked by Lozon. Bruins get it, and McAvoy clears it down the ice. Nelson's not going to get a better look than that. You are sitting right in the prime real estate, and just high and hard out over the top. Here they come again as Everly
Might be going into overtime.
Jordan Everly in the corner worked over. Puck comes to the point. Dobson is there. Hands it off. Barzal. Pass across. Over a chance for Pajot. Couldn't get a clean shot. Fed to the point for Dobson again. Hands it off. Barzal. Back for Everly over his stick. Bergeron right on him. Lavillier chops at it. Kept it at the point by Dobson. He'll play it back down low. Everly for Pajot. Pajot waits. Back for Everly.
Come on, Islanders!
Jordan Everly for Lavillier's shot. That's kicked aside. Power play over. 8 seconds to go in the period. Connor Clifton trying to hold it. Everly trying to dig it out.
And we're going into overtime.
That bouncing puck goes nowhere. And game 3 will be the
It's finally getting exciting. Yep, overtime. We are going into overtime. Ooh, damn. Okay, well now I have to get this light up behind me. If we're gonna be going overtime. I'm gonna go boop. Intermission. Freaking rights. I'm gonna go to properties, right? Yes. There we go. Now it says overtime intermission. So if anyone comes in, then it's like, ha, surprise. We in overtime.
For those watching on CBC, once this game concludes, let's start with you, Anthony. Though you also had some good things to say. You really were talking about what Matthew Barzal had to do in that second intermission to get on the score sheet. He does just that.
Yeah, Dave, and he picked the perfect time to score his first goal of these playoffs, and he just kept it simple. And he's typically a player that scores off the rush, a lot of highlight reel goals. But in playoffs, you got to get to the net, and that's evident by his first of the playoffs. And he just gets in, pucks in deep, as they say, pucks on net, and he crashes the net. He doesn't go for a little skate. He goes to that net. And sometimes when you're struggling, you gotta go 1, 2, 3, jam it in. So those are the basics of hockey. And you want to
I'm gonna get myself some cereal. No, 11 o'clock's when I usually used to binge eat. I need to, I can't do that anymore.
I know we're talking later, but who scores the game winner here?
Yeah, that's the big question. Who can beat Rask and who can beat Varlamov? They've been sensational tonight. Now, Kelly, sometimes I know you have a penchant to talk about goaltending, and that's good, but we'll leave that to Elliot. He's the expert there, right? But we're going to talk about what set up that game-tying goal from Matthew Barzal. The fact that you like what you saw from the Islanders earlier on the PK.
Shit, that worked. Okay, cool.
Oh, absolutely. And a large part of it, of course, is Varlamov, but I really think that they've done a nice job. I have to tell you, though, I think Boston's power play has looked really, really good. I mean, many quality chances, a lot of grade A chances, and I just think Varlamov has been the story in that third period, especially when they had the 2 power plays, right, Boston, and they couldn't capitalize. These are excellent chances. I love Varlamov's positioning. You know, here's the important thing.
18th overtime this year, on pace for most in playoff history. Yeah, it's
in the first round, but Sorokin came in and bailed him out, so to speak, and now you're seeing.
I'm just turning that down.
Way more comfortable.
And then I'm turning this up.
Dave, one thing I do wonder is, since the Islanders got that power play late in regulation, I do wonder if they're going to be I don't know if worried or concerned is the right word, but thinking that the Bruins.
I can't wait till my scrubs come in.
Suggesting a makeup
They're
color?
ordered.
I'm
Like
just
my
saying,
scrubs
like,
are
you know
ordered.
how
I'm
this
just waiting
works,
for them.
right? You know,
Also,
the Islanders
Uncle
got one
Rob.
late, that the Bruins get one in OT.
Uncle Rob.
If the Islanders,
So in
you
a
know, do
case of
something
Bud Light,
that's
we got a free
obvious.
sweater.
As far as the game goes, it's
And
two
so you have to
power
go
plays
order,
for the
and so we had to go
Islanders,
order it
Boston, two
online,
power plays
and
for
they
the
only
Bruins,
had
and then
larges
Boston scoring
left,
this game.
and I don't like large
Attrition
sweaters
is
because like
also
they're
a
like,
story in this game.
but
You
I'm
heard
gonna
Barry
keep
Allen
it
talk
obviously
about it, and
because it
Brandon
might
Carlo
actually
looks
be
like
like a
he's
good.
certainly
Oh,
done
because it's a
for himself.
unisex
Yeah,
size.
that was really tough to
Oh,
watch,
then it'll be
there's
fine
no
then.
question
But,
about it. Also, you're concerned about his welfare and well-being because he was out earlier this season.
It takes.
after
It
being
said
hit by
it's
Tom
gonna
Wilson,
be
and hit that Wilson got a suspension
about
for. So the Bruins are down to
6
5 defensemen. They're already without
months
Kevin Millar at this point in the series. And
until
none
you
of
get
these
it.
numbers are really high yet.
I was
but
like,
you know, depending
that's a
on
long
how
time.
this is going to go.
It was like because of how
these numbers are gonna
high
go
like
bigger and bigger, especially for McAvoy.
orders there are.
Almost
I was like,
27
oh my
minutes in
gosh.
regulation. He's their number 1D. He's a legit Norris Trophy contender, and you know the Bruins are going to be leaning on him, especially now that they're a man short.
I wonder if we're going to get to Darnell Nurse type numbers. Remember that epic 3 overtime loss to the Jets where Darnell Nurse racked up more than an hour. Anthony posed the question, who's going to score in overtime? We're not sure about that, but we know the Islanders have been perfect so far in overtime. Here are a few guys who have been able to get things done.
back.
Palmieri, game 1 versus Pittsburgh. Top corner there.
I want some cereal, but I also want some like chips and dip. I think Boston's gonna win. I want the Islanders to win, but I think Boston is gonna win. Because Boston has been getting more shots, and like statistically, the more shots that you have, the higher your probability to get a goal. Because that's how math works. So like, hi Chipper. So like, oh, what you got? What you saying in the chat? I know. Oh, I thought you were going to tell me about your job. I'm very proud of you. Oh, thank you, Uncle Rob. Yeah, I ordered work stuff. I have scrubs on the way. Still, I have. I can't get my. I got pen light. I need my shoes though still, but I have to wait until Champs opens up in the mall, because they are the only place that has the shoes, like the proper shoes, and Sport Check also has them. But here's the issue. I'm gonna try on the sizes to make sure, because I'm a size 11 women's or a size 9.5 men's, so it's very confusing. Because sometimes they fit, sometimes they don't. We be going into overtime. Yes, I got the job. I'm very excited about it. On members only, I put my dad. Well, we posted a video of. My dad took the video of when I found out I got it. Because my dad was like, I hear her on the phone. She seems to be happy. Oh my gosh, did she get the job? And then he started recording, and then he recorded my reaction. But, yeah, there's lots of modules. Although a lot of them I've already done. The beginning of 2020. So, I don't know. It's showing the Carolina-Tampa Bay game while we're on intermission. It's just showing the Carolina-Tampa Bay game while intermission is on for until go to overtime.
Working his way into the offensive end. Cirelli wide on Hamilton. Cirelli moving to around the offensive end. He was knocked off balance by Hamilton. Down on the puck still. Gets back up and has it. Hamilton finally able to remove it from him. Again, right back in on the late offside. Inside 12 minutes to play here in the third period. Game tied at 2. Nothing lead for Tampa. Johnson racing in half.
Game for the Tampa Bay Carolina game is all tied up.
Brady Shea has it. He has Natchez as well in the pass. Just out of 3. And Stahl couldn't hang on to it. 2-on-2 up ahead. Pat Maroon crisscrossing with Ross Colton. He dropped it at the line. And it threw the Lightning in offside. Score hasn't changed here in the third. Still tied at 2.
Bussin'. How many people do that? I've seen people do that and their lips go like boom, 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 boom. Anyways. Yes, a lot will look like you did in class. Yes. Yes. Because we were even doing more than, like, this semester, or, like, last year, for clinical, it was, we did more stuff than a PSW do. Like, so we did, like, medications, we did, like, all that kind of stuff. We were able to do, all these dressing changes, catheter insertions if we had a patient who needed one. You are so very lucky. Yes. Be proud of yourself. Thank you. Yes. I'm very excited for the experience of it, of the learning experience and just the experience overall of my first job. Let me tell you, the forms to fill out, I was reading some of the tax stuff and I was like, I don't know what this means. I had to call H&R Block. I was like, I don't know what this stuff means. I was like, what is this form? What's going on? I was so confused. I'm like, I went over to Dad and I was like, Dad. He's like, what? I'm like, I need your help. I don't know what this means. He's like, it literally just means that they like, that extra money comes out of your paycheck that's like put away for you. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what's going on. I was like, I don't know what any of these forms mean. He was just like, oh my god. He was like, oh jeez.
There's the attendance here tonight. Up from 9,500 where they were at in round 1 in their series with the Florida Panthers. This is the largest crowd of the season for the Lightning. Defending Stanley Cup champions.
It was the Lightning in the first round too. They gave up their first. I mean, they took the first 2 games on the road and they lost at home. So they
yes.
are determined.
It's currently intermission, so right now it's going into overtime. The game, but right now this is the Carolina-Tampa Bay game that they're just showing.
Remaining in the third, as Carolina gets changes, the Hurricanes have made it official. Warren Fogle upper body injury. He will not return.
Moving forward to the Carolina Hurricanes, discipline is going to be a factor for them for sure. Giving up 2 power play goals from the
Aho terrifying as he's falling. Svechnikov ahead. It's Dougie Hamilton, the outside, and defended well by Ryan McDonough. Well, speaking of fans, how about the NHL Fan Choice Awards? They're back, celebrating the best.
They're all going to commercial break again. You'll hear me. You'll hear me in the background. I'm just gonna split 2 over. me. Oh. It was just a quick thing.
Still looking for his first point of the series.
Counterpart, always jumping the play, seems to be a little more active here in this third period.
Turnover, it's Teravainen. To the front for off the toe of his stick. Brandon Point will come get it. Point weaving in. Lifts it off the glass. Moss moves it around for Martin. Jordan Martin. Into the zone with Jesper Foss. Facing coming up. The pass connects. Now it's Bean. Jake Bean with the shot. Pesci punches it back down low for Martin. Jordan Martin. For Pesci, flubbed it. Cirelli. Didn't have enough speed to get around Pesci, so they'll draw the corner right back. Warren came in pursuit, but it is Brock again. Again, carries it in. Down to Foss.
Hurricanes and Lightning continue on Sportsnet main channels here on CBC and Sportsnet 360. Let's get you to Long Island. It's overtime. 19th OT of the season. 18 forwards have scored so far. John Bartlett, Gary Galley with the call.
Thank you, David. 37 straight saves heading in overtime for Semyon Varlamov, but it's Matt Barzal who had the goal for the Islanders that has put us into this situation, Gary.
Well, in the first round against Pittsburgh, very inconspicuous. You didn't notice him a lot. He was quiet in game one. But here in game two, he seemed to be more in the battle mode. He's a little bit on the perimeter, and the Bruins, of course, are extremely hard on him. But he started to come to the net in the second period. He started to be more around the net. He was getting internally, attacking internally, and there he ended up with a second and third effort. And the playoffs, I said earlier, are all about second and third efforts and perseverance. And Matt Barzal has persevered here, and he got rewarded with a goal. And look at 2020, 17 points.
Damn, that was quick.
He just got his first there tonight. And you got to know his confidence is certainly shaken when the playoffs start and things aren't bouncing around for you. But you got to stick with it. Your teammates are counting on you. And you never know, maybe if you only get one, it might be the biggest one. And that certainly was a big goal tying this game up for Barzal.
Overtime.
Boston 2-2 in overtime in the playoffs. The Islanders are 3-0, and they're looking to win each of their first 4 games of a postseason that required overtime for just the second time in franchise history. They first did it back in 1993. Who will be the hero tonight? Game 3 underway as a puck gets dumped in by Ryan Pulock. Islanders trying to set it up, but it's Pasternak that's got it and it's it high in the air. And that'll skip in front of the Boston bench. Marchand trying to find it. But it's Palmieri that'll come up with it. Kyle Palmieri lifts it into the corner. McAvoy going after it. Pajot reaching around him.
It's overtime.
And it's up on the wing where Pasternak will drop it back. Grizzly out at center, intercepted by Palmieri. He'll chip it back in, and the Islanders get a change. Grizzly plays it up down the ice, and that'll be an icing call.
Defensive zone face-offs are going to be extremely important always, but in overtime, know where you're going when the puck hits the ice. Everyone's got a place to be and a person to cover, and you want to get there as quickly as you can. And the big thing is just win your draws, and that's the easiest way to get yourself out of trouble.
Boston down to 5 defense as well, as Brandon Carlo, of course, left the game and is not returned.
You heard the guys mentioning they're already without Miller too, right? So the bodies start to drop as the second round gets moving along. And the teams with good depth, and the next man up jumps in, and away you go.
Pasternak jumped in to grab the puck off the draw. He'll get it to center and backhand it in. Taylor Hall trying to get to it. Fed it to the point. Krejci looks to hold it in. He's met by Beauvillier. Taylor Hall holds the line. He comes in and tried to send it back, but it was broken up, but it's Beauvillier back the other way. Anthony Beauvillier cuts into the middle. He's got it right at the side of the net. Nelson couldn't get a stick on it. Nelson was just a little too far below the goal line.
A little better?
Beauvillier.
Now it just looks red.
Bob for Bailey to the point. Here's Nick Leddy with it. Hands it off. Brock Nelson with traffic in front. Takes a shot, but it's off a leg. Beauvillier for Brock Nelson. Smith got in the way. Knocked down Nelson. Brown wanted a call. Taylor Hall up in the wing too far for Smith, and another racing call against Boston.
When you have guys like Krejci and Bergeron taking draws, you can take the odd icing. They're so adept in the faceoff circle. Beauvillier cuts across the grain. Clifton does a nice job of opening up and taking his man. Don't get magnetized and drawn towards Beauvillier. You can't get to him anyway. Have a look around. Where's the red flag? Well, the red flag was sitting on the back post. And a great job by Clifton there to knock that puck out of harm's way.
Goal won by Charlie Coyle. Up and off the back of the head as Komarov trying to get to it. Riley is there. And it's out at center, and Barzal is on it. Here comes Barzal. Got it off for Jordan Eberle. Throws it towards the net. Rask with a bad save. Moved out by Smith. Turned over. Eberle has got it. Jordan Eberle should save. Rebound. Barzal with a chance.
Darn it.
Rask up with a stop off Barzal.
Some sloppy play by the Bruins has led to a couple of chances. First it was Taylor Hall in the offensive zone, threw one to nobody.
So close.
And then away came the Islanders, and this one here, it just gets sloppy out at the blue line. And all of a sudden, the Islanders are coming back at you. There's a rebound off the Eberle shot, and Barzal, who a lot of people are probably thinking, pick that guy in the overtime. He's certainly got his goal, and maybe he's going to get hot. Gets a great opportunity, and what a beautiful save by Rask.
McAvoy after the puck. He'll go up the boards and get it down the ice. Edmonds tips and no icing. Well, I'm off out of the net. He'll play. Bit of stanchion, but kicked over to Zizekas. He can't clear it. Bruins keep it in, and the shot for the Lions kicked out by Varlamov. Here's Clutterbuck.
Whoa, my freaking mirror's on. Give me a heart attack.
Off his stick. McAvoy turns it back, and it's lifted in by Lazar. Batted away. Clutterbuck from center will dump it in. McAvoy goes after it. Zizekas after it.
Come on.
He was the winner in game 2 as Pellick shot fires wide. Martin up with it. Hands it out. Back for Pellick again. Looks to the net. Takes the shot. Kicked up by Rask. Rebound and Mayfield fired it to the net. Bruins clear it out as Corrali just lifts it to center. But it's Sajak that'll bring it back in. Travis Sajak. Got it down for Palmieri out of his reach. And it's picked up and lifted up by Lozon and down the ice. Bruins will be called for icing again.
Icing call on Bruins.
Peppering the Islanders, Varlamov was standing on his head. And the tide has turned in the overtime. And it's been Tuukka Rask, who's now, it's his turn, and he's been just wonderful. Remember, in the last overtime, the Islanders outshot the Bruins 8-1. And then eventually scored on the breakaway by Zizekas.
Shots are 4-1 for the Islanders here in overtime. Let them push back on the wing patch. 0 on the draw. Sajak for Pollock with a shot that goes wide. Pellick in from the line trying to get to it. Wagner wanted to clear it out. Bergeron sends it back around for McAvoy. Charlie McAvoy up to center. He'll hand it off. Marchand off the bench.
Oh, Boston! Boston getting the W. Oh my gosh.
And the Bruins take the series lead.
Ooh. Boston Bruins taking the series lead, one shot.
In game 2, and that was a big one. They were looking at.
Dang. Boston coming through. They just did one shot and it went in right away. Boston taking the lead. 2-1 Boston now in the series. And 2-1 Boston in this game. Nice, nice. Boston getting the win. What was that one? Wow, it took the air out of the stadium, right? Everyone was like, oh, oh, oh. I didn't even know we freaking scored. That was a nuts goal. That was an insane goal. That was nuts. That was an insane goal. When he hit it, it just hit the corner of the goal. I'll show you. It hit this part right here. That little part. He shot it from here, and he shot it this way, and it went past the goalie, and it hit that little corner there, and then it bounced into the net. That's nuts. That's insane. Well, everybody, thank you very much for joining me. I truly do appreciate each and every one of you coming in here and showing your support. Very much appreciate that. How much time is left in the other game? I don't even know. They're probably going to overtime too, honestly, knowing them. Knowing Carolina, they're also going to overtime. Oh, this one's like behind. Oh no, it's not. Oh yeah, let's see, the other game I think is also going to go into overtime. It's probably going to go into freaking double overtime knowing them. Thank you everybody for joining me. I'm turning all this off. I just gotta turn that down like all the way to like freaking 7. Thank you everybody for joining me. Yes, tomorrow the Canadians and Jets. Did you see that freaking hit that the Jets did on the Canadians? Damn, that was awful. Anyways, thank you everybody. I'll see you here next time. I'm not sure when, depends on my work schedule, but yes. Thank you everybody, and I will see you here next time. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications on your way out. Thank you everybody, and Molly out.
Until next time, everybody. Next time. Boom shot.